Out on the cruise ships, just kind of observing because I was a nobody, and I got with him, and he was like, "Hey, you want to move up? Let's move you up from scrubbing toilets to taking dirty dishes off the table,
For sure.
and let's see how you do." And that right there is a demoralizing job.
Scrubbing
I was
toilets.
just scrubbing toilets and taking dirty dishes because I was just walking around a free cafeteria on a cruise ship. Can I take your plate? Can I take your bowl? Can I take your cup? But I started to learn from it because I was like, well, shit, I got to do something. I came out here, I left home on a mission to figure out who I was.
Wow.
So.
Can I change your mind? Can I change your mind?
What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Garage Talks 5417 podcast. As you know, I'm your host, Desmond Reynolds, aka The Peacekeeper. And today we got another wonderful guest coming in the set today. So let me go ahead and introduce this wonderful gentleman to you. We got from Memphis, Tennessee, a promising hip hop and trap artist. Mostly a dynamic storyteller. I love that. A man who went through major setbacks, poised to make a major comeback. Litto. What's up, G?
What's up, man?
Chilling, man. How you doing?
Not too bad. It's been a ride for sure.
For sure, man.
yeah.
For sure, man. I thank you for being here, man.
Thank you for having me.
Absolute,
first off.
absolute, man. Time we don't get it back,
Yeah.
so it's always a blessing
Yeah.
someone jumps on here, man.
Yeah. It's been a long time in the making. It's been some months.
It
Some months
has.
since we first came in contact, so I'm happy.
When did you hit me? August, was it?
Yeah, I think it was like July or August.
July
yeah.
or August.
Yeah.
Man, I missed that weather.
And it was before I was even here.
Oh,
I was
for
still
real?
in Alaska. Yeah.
Got you. I miss that weather, man.
Oh yeah.
I miss
oh,
it.
yeah.
I'm like, dang, it's already cold.
Oh, yeah.
Turning the heater on, all that, man.
Yeah. I'm enjoying this weather right now just because it's colder where I just came from. It's like already like -10. You know?
Dang,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Alaska, man. How long was you out there for?
I was out there for about 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you like it?
I did. The cold was just something that you can't shake, you can't get used to, honestly.
Most definitely.
It's just behind in times out there.
Yeah.
It's very, very good if you don't have anything going on, but just regular day-to-day life activities.
Right.
But when you're trying to do something, whether it's rap or anything else, you got to go. It's
For sure.
It's going to hold you back, man.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? So coming out
sure.
so from Alaska, you came out to here.
Yeah.
Okay, bet.
Yeah.
And how you liking it out here?
I'm liking it. It's not too bad. I stayed very, very suburban out in Cottage Grove. So it's very, very quiet.
You in Cottage Grove?
Yeah.
You like one of 3 brothers out
Right,
there.
right. Right. But it's quiet and I like it.
okay, bet,
I like the
bet.
seclusiveness out there and
No, for sure.
it's pretty cool. Haven't had any trouble yet. So
It's cool out there. We was out there, Mom, 3 weeks ago out in Cottage Grove? Yeah, we was out there. I got a good buddy. He actually was on the podcast, Tristan. He lives out
okay.
there. That's a cool cat.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to connect y'all.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
cool
oh, yeah,
people,
for
man.
sure.
If you're looking for someone to chill with.
oh yeah.
Man, so let's get into it. Originally, man, I just want to say music. I listened to some of your music. It's fire. For real.
Appreciate it,
It's
appreciate it.
fire. I still think you look like T-Pain, but
That's what they all say, man.
for real, I'm not the first
yeah,
one,
nah,
man.
not the first,
Shoot.
not gonna be the last.
It's okay. I
Yeah.
get my names too for people. I'm like, damn.
right.
Man, so how's music going? What got you into music, man?
Music, it just came. It was a form of therapy for me. So I got coronavirus late in the game when Corona was kind of going away, and it altered my life a lot. I was bedridden for about 3 months.
You got it bad.
Yeah, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't even walk 10 steps without feeling like I was going to collapse. And I was just in a deep, deep, dark place. Depression was hitting.
For
It
sure.
was dark in Alaska all the time. But I had music, and my significant other, actually, she just encouraged me like, hey, you can rap, you like doing it. Why don't you just try to go just to have something to do? Because I became very, very reclusive.
I got you.
So I had a buddy that had a studio, and I just went in there and I just started, making music.
Right.
It wasn't good music, but it was something to do. And it just ignited that passion that I had as a kid
For sure.
wanting to do music.
For sure.
And then I began to notice that, using my voice, using my lungs started to help me in my everyday life, strengthen my lungs back. So that's why I say it's a form of therapy. It's like a double entendre for me.
Wow.
Not only was it therapy for healing, it was also therapy physically because it was bad. I was bad off, man.
Man, they
For
say
sure.
they say an idle mind's the devil's workshop.
Exactly.
So you just staying laid up. That's killer.
Yeah.
So in Alaska, what were you doing before you got sick? Like, what was
I was a general manager. I managed 3 Papa John's out in Alaska.
okay.
Yeah.
Bet.
So working business, man, really
For
trying
sure.
to make it before that.
Hey, for sure,
Yeah.
man, for sure. But music, it's doing cool. I mean, you come out here, I listen to the music a little bit, so I was like, okay, bet he really on his game right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
So you started music recently.
Yeah, I used to do it sometime when I was a kid. I grew up Memphis Christian rap era. Come from a very, very religious household. So I
Gotcha.
never had the freedom of expression. So I got into Christian rap when I was younger. I was a part of a label called IMG Influence Music Group. Something, real small out of Memphis. And I just stopped doing it because at the time, honestly, I felt like I wasn't really living what I was trying to talk about. And it was hard to write raps too, because I'm like, man, I'm not living any of this stuff. I'm not really in the Bible heavy. It's hard. So I quit.
Sure. So you felt limited. Got you.
Yeah, my mom was behind it though. She was like, "Hey, you could do this. Don't do that other stuff. Don't do that secular music." And I kind of just went with it. I always trust my mom's gut instinct because it's helped me out tremendously.
That's amazing.
But at that point, I had to just step away.
For
so I
sure.
stopped doing it, and I kind of gave it up. But over the years, I've always just freestyling. All the time, just
Yep.
random. It's trash too, but I just like doing it. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you, so do you still stay prayed up and still believe in God and everything?
Yeah.
Did that, you leaving or wanting to do different types of music, did you feel like you were just so limited when you were in a Christian rap game were you like, oh, I really want to rap about this or speak on this, but I'm not allowed to per se?
Yeah. Well, honestly, if you want me to be honest, at
sure.
that time, Christian rap was booming.
Lecrae.
I could have done something
For sure.
major almost, but it was a thing where it was limited for me. I couldn't expand my mind because I wasn't, praying. I wasn't reading my Bible. I didn't know most of the stuff I was talking about except for scriptures and stuff that, I learned in the past growing up and stuff. And it's kind of hard bringing that into rap and pushing it to people that might actually do their due diligence, read their daily bread and everything. They'd be like, hey, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So it was like, I don't want to be a fraud.
Yeah. You want substance to what you're putting out there.
Yeah.
It's true. My mentor always says that we be talking and just having Bible talk and studies and stuff like that. And it's true, man. He's like, hey, you got to know your stuff if you're going to be talking your stuff. So I feel you on that, man.
Christians are quick to point you out, too.
They
gonna tell you.
Quick draw.
For sure.
I'll be like, shoot.
Oh, yeah.
So that's cool. So pretty much you just had to tell yourself, hey, I don't have the substance to it, which shout out to you, because a lot of people try to force that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And you're just like, hey, I'm taking my direction elsewhere. I'm going to go this route. Gotcha. And how's that been? You happy with that?
Yeah, I'm happy with it. My mom's coming around the terms and stuff. It's crazy how she found out I was back rapping. She doesn't do or deal with anything in the secular world, period. You go down her timeline, it's all Christian, it's all churches.
Hey, respect.
Yeah. And she said my Instagram popped up on her feed one day. She was like, God sent that to me. And she was upset. And she was like, what's going on?
She was like, what's happening?
Yeah. And I'm just like, you gotta see the journey and the progression of what I'm trying to do.
For sure.
right
What
now,
were you rapping about when she heard? What you think it was?
man, it was bad.
What?
It was bad. Yeah, I think I was talking about. I was storytelling about something that we were doing in Memphis that she didn't know nothing about.
Okay.
And she was just, yeah, it was crazy,
Man.
but yeah, now she's coming around to the fact, and she's just kind of letting me live my life. And I told her it's a purpose for what I'm doing. There's
sure.
an end to what I'm trying to do, and it'll make more sense. I got to start this way, though. you
Got
know?
to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, your energy's great. When we met at coffee, I was like, okay, bet. I could, just with your energy, Litto, I'll be real
Yeah.
with you. This what I saw from you having coffee was he been through some things. He been through them, but he got through them.
Mm-hmm.
And now you able to master whatever you've been through. And now you're here. You honed your skills. You honed your life.
Right,
So you
right.
know what direction you
Yeah,
want to go. That's
yeah.
dope, man. Shout
Oh,
out
yeah.
to you for sure. You didn't let your problems break you.
It was really easy to, but can't be having pity parties, man.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So who's like your inspirations in the rap game? Like who's like your top 3 or 5 that inspire you?
Definitely Wayne,
Hey,
Kendrick Lamar, Drake,
respect.
Gunna, Young Thug,
Okay.
Don Tripp, Memphis artist,
Word.
Starlito, another Memphis artist, Young
Okay,
Dolph
baby.
for sure. The list goes on and on and
The
on.
list goes on.
Yeah. I like a little bit of everything, and I think that's gonna start to seep out in my music sooner or later.
For sure.
I'm working on some stuff that's definitely gonna change the narrative a lot.
Got you.
For
got
sure.
you. Man, the music game. You plugged in. You got some good people helping you out. I know
Yeah.
it takes a tribe in the music game. So yeah.
Yeah, so I'm under a management contract with Money Gang Entertainment. He wasn't able to be here tonight, but he gonna try to come out here and see if we can make something shake another time.
Hey, shout out.
I've been rocking with them for about 6 months now. I'm under a 5-year contract,
Oh,
so
word.
we're really trying to
Respect,
push.
man.
Yeah,
Respect on that, man.
we're really trying to push and make something happen. He's starting to make his own shows, and he's well known out in the Denver scene. He's one of the top guys out there.
Oh, gotcha.
And he's been working with me, putting me in positions and meeting the right people.
For sure.
Right now, it's just me executing, I think.
Absolutely.
For sure, yeah.
Absolutely. So I mean, with that, how'd you get with him? What's his name?
His name's Chris.
Chris. Shout out Chris.
AKA Money.
AKA Money. Shout
Yeah.
out Chris Money. Can't
What
wait
up?
to meet you, sir.
Oh, yeah.
That being said, how'd y'all get linked up? How'd that happen?
I was surfing on Instagram, and I had a friend that was friends with his A&R rep, which is his significant other.
For sure. For sure.
So honestly, I hit the DMs, and I was just like, yo, what up? I'm Litto.
There you go.
I'm absolutely a nobody, but I got some fire behind me, and I got a catalog I want you to listen to.
Wow.
So she was like, okay, but I'm not going to guarantee you nothing. And I was like, I just want you to listen to it. Tell me what you think. If you rock with it, you rock with it. If you don't, you don't. Give me your feedback and let me know.
Absolutely.
She hit me back and she was like, I love it. She was like, I'm going to let him listen to it, and we're going to see what he thinks about it. He loved some of the stuff that I sent him, and we immediately got on a call. We did a couple video chats, and then eventually went out to Denver, kind of solidified everything. And
That's what's up.
the rest has been kind of history for sure.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Talk about shooting your shot, man. You got to,
Yeah,
man.
I was scared, but this is what I do.
For sure.
You know, you
For
can't
sure.
you can't do nothing without putting yourself out there sometimes.
That's real talk, man. It's real talk. That imposter syndrome's no joke.
Yep, yep,
It
yep.
is like, why should I shoot this message? Why should I send this, put this out? I feel you, but shout out to you doing that.
Oh, yeah.
man. It's huge.
Oh yeah.
I know it's so many people battle with that, but it's really just who does things and who doesn't, right? It's like who's going to go do something, who's not going to do it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
awesome.
and it's crazy because it's the complete opposite of who I am. I'm very reclusive,
Right.
high anxiety all the
really?
time.
Got you.
Scared of my own shadow from time to time,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
for some reason I've always put off this persona, this demeanor of confidence and the gift of gab, and I just think it was just meant for me to have an alter ego. So Litto's my alter ego. You know what I mean?
That's the
Yeah.
ego. Okay, got it.
He's what I want to be.
Gotcha.
You know, so I try to, whenever I'm Litto, I want to make sure I do it up for sure.
For sure, for sure.
And people never understand, and they're like, "Man, you're totally different when we just really just chill." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not on that hype boy stuff, man.
For sure,
I'm just chilling. It's an alter ego. It's somebody that I am. It's like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. You know?
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
Tyrese and Black Tie.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
forget about that one. Y'all don't remember that Black Tie album. That's cool, mate. That's cool. Man, doing it, though. Doing it. So who's some collabs you would want to work with? Who's somebody you would like to see just eventually be like, yo, this is cool. This getting me off the platform, getting me going.
Man, that is a good question. Here in the state or just in
Just
general?
in general. Hey, let's start with the state. Let's start with home.
In the state, let's see. It's a few people. Trista, I've seen a lot of what she was doing out in Portland.
Okay.
I like what Blue's doing out in Portland. Indo Slim for sure.
For sure.
He's doing a lot of good things. Bari.
Shout out Bari
I've been
Bands,
trying to,
BB.
we're trying to connect with him for a minute. I know we can make some heat. It's just gonna take that right time, right opportunity, and we're gonna do it.
You guys, knowing him and getting to know you, you guys got good. I mean, the energy's good, and it's actually kind of similar. So you two, definitely. If Bari hears this or see this, you two got to definitely chop it up real quick. See what can happen, because it's like cool. Like I feel like your guys' music's different, but it can somehow complement each other too at the same time. If that makes sense.
Oh yeah, it definitely makes sense.
For sure.
And I feel too, like as an artist, you have to blend in as well. You have to adapt. You can't.
Got you.
If you're rapping on somebody else's beat or somebody else's song, you got to be able to adapt. You got to. That what makes you an artist. It which makes you you.
Right.
You know? So,
I mean, shoot, look at Nelly and Tim McGraw back in the day.
Right.
That record never got off the radio. You had to adapt. I said, Nelly, Tim McGraw, what?
Right.
Okay. But yeah, you and Barley definitely got to link it up, man.
Yeah, one day.
BB, you already know what's up, man. But
one day for sure, for sure.
For sure, God's timing, right?
Oh yeah,
For
We
sure.
ain't gonna rush it.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So you got a studio out here, or how you get down with music now?
Right now, I'm searching for producers out here. I've been to a few different ones, notably my boy Liquid Smoke. I've been rocking with him tough since I've been out here.
For sure.
We've actually recorded a couple songs in his studio. I still like to kind of keep the options open because I feel like some producers bring different feel and different vibes to the production. So I like to try to have 2 or 3 in my arsenal. I can go to you for this, I can go for you for this, and you for that. So we can just play on your strong suits instead of having to deal with the strengths and the weaknesses. You know
For
what
sure.
I'm saying? So,
You don't want like just one gatekeeper. Just
Exactly,
that's, like,
exactly.
studios open. It's not things like that.
Yeah.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
That's dope. Shoot, Litto, man. It's music is just so nice. I always think of music, just all music, and it's just like how soothing it can be. It's crazy how for me, I always look at the frequencies too, how it makes people feel. You ever think of how your music makes someone feel? Is that okay?
Definitely all the time, man. Because that's why I listen to music. A lot of people listen to music sometimes for the melody. They listen to it for the words. I listen to it for the feelings that it imputes out of me. You know, so yeah, I definitely I'm conscientious of that when I'm writing.
How do you want people to feel listening to your music?
Man, I want them to feel the whirlwind of emotions. I want them to feel hype. I want them to feel sad, reflection. I want them to, feel upbeat.
For
you know,
sure.
I want everything to get them out. I don't want to be one dimensional.
Got you.
So
That's smart.
Yeah.
That's smart for sure. So you definitely want like some club music, storytelling. I'm a storyteller. I love storytelling.
Yeah.
So when you said storytelling to me, I was like, bet. Like I love the J. Coles, the Kendricks, Big Crit.
Oh yeah, Big
Shout
Crit.
out Big Crit, man.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
my guy, man.
He's been around for a while. He's been doing his thing for a minute, man.
Grizzle. And he ain't ever change up. That's what I love about him. You could tell he not like mainstream, but his music's fire.
Yeah, he's still doing the thing. He's
Doing
doing
the
most than a
thing.
lot of people can say they've done. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So props to him for sure.
So
For sure.
yes, Nas. I love Nas as
yeah.
well. That's my guy. I'm a Rick Ross fan. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a Ross.
Rick Ross, he a storyteller, but I like his flavor on the way he story tells.
Exactly.
It's nostalgic almost all the time.
For
I like
sure.
that.
And
you
he's
know?
talking finance, how to get your bread right things. Nipsey, rest in peace, Nipsey.
Yeah.
So Litto, I love storytelling, man.
yeah, oh,
Tell me
yeah.
a story. Let me be like, oh, what? So that first Kendrick album, well, not first, but technically it's big
Yeah.
album, Good Kid, Mad City. I was like, I was obsessed, like everybody else was,
Yeah.
but I was obsessed with it, man.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Oh yeah. And that's where I want to be. Eventually, I gotta get just my name out there, and I gotta go through my phases, but that's where I want to be, and I'm getting more into storytelling. A lot of storytelling projects gonna come out for sure.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Man. Is it ever discouraging too at the same time though? Because the world is kind of like, I feel like headed towards the club music, headed towards the hype music. Like, do you battle with that as an artist? Like, where you're like, do I go this way?
For sure. A lot of people telling me, yo, Litto, you trap is what you need to do. Like, we love your trap stuff. We love it's, and that's not necessarily what I want to do all the time.
How come?
It's just because it's more to me than like shoot 'em, kill 'em, bang, bang, or oh, money, dope, all this kind of stuff. It's way more to me than that. You know, I am articulate. You know, I am intelligent.
Absolutely.
I can form better sentences and just, you know.
Hey, gotcha.
And so it's always hard because I want to give people what they want because I know that'll bring up my stock value. But then again, it takes away from who I am as a person. So that's why I say what I'm doing is in phases because that's eventually where I want to be.
Gotcha.
You know, yeah.
So you wouldn't ever, do you ever see, in real talk, man, money or success changing you? Or your flow?
I would say 10 years ago, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay. Respect.
Yeah, it would have changed me. Now, I'm not too focused on it. I feel like God kind of slowed me down when I got sick. I used to live a very, very fast life, fast jobs. I had a career going. I was never at home.
Wow.
And it kind of cost me everything.
Wow.
And when I got sick, I think it was just a rude awakening. Slow down. Take some time for yourself. Relax.
Dang.
You know? So.
How'd you handle that at first, man?
Hated it.
Did you?
Hated it. Told
I
my
know you said
significant other all the time, like, I can't do this. This life ain't for me. Just sitting at home. I'm used to catching flights.
Damn.
Being here one day, going overseas the next day. And it was just Alaska. Snow. Same roads.
Yeesh.
It was hard.
What part of Alaska?
North Pole.
North Pole. Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Where's Santa at? Santa over there. chilling.
Santa over there.
Are you on it?
Santa house like 10 minutes away. For sure.
Man, that's cool, man. You was really in North Pole. Do they got like reindeers out there for real? Or
Nah,
they got no,
just deer. Lots of deer for sure.
Deer.
And moose.
Oh,
moose,
okay.
big moose, man.
They big,
yeah.
huh? I hear about the
Yeah.
moose. You see those on the mall, you know.
Yeah,
the
they're huge
mooses.
for sure.
Damn, man.
And you'll just wake up and they're on your porch sleeping. All 2,300 pounds of them.
What you
just
do?
There. Close the door. Close the door. Like, they'll move eventually.
Yeah.
You know, or most of the time you open the door and,
Right.
start them.
You start naming them at all?
Nah.
I just like, I be naming things. I'm like, hey, Bob, I'll catch you later. All right, man.
Yeah.
That's when they start inviting themselves over.
Oh, yeah, right?
Yeah,
right,
for
right.
sure. man, that's wild. So to the flights thing, you've traveled a lot.
Yeah, I travel for work.
Oh, okay.
I done a lot of everything, but I was working for the military for some years. I was a housing specialist, and I did their DFAC, food management.
Gotcha.
So I would travel.
They had you everywhere.
Yeah, I'd go down to Texas. I'd go to Virginia. I'd go to Wisconsin, and just kind of back and forth, Kentucky, and I'll just hit all those spots. I had like 5 DFACs that I was in control of, and
Gotcha.
I worked like 6 weeks, sometimes 8, 10, 12 weeks. Have 6 weeks off at a time. It was really, really good, and it was really, really fun. And before that, I was working on cruise ships, and after that, I started working on cart carriers and cargo ships.
Wow.
Wow. I never really wanted to know what I wanted to do. I just know that I wanted to make money. So I was always like, let me hop on the first thing smoking that's going to make me 10 bands a month.
For sure.
So I don't got to worry about nothing.
Don't go.
And that's what I did. You know?
How's that transition, man? Because I mean, you said that, so your young self, money. And one thing I just said yesterday to somebody, I said, you chase money, that means it's running from you. But if you're doing what you love, you're going to absorb it in. How was that transition to say, all right, I'm not making as much money right now. It's not 10 bands, but I'm working on my music and I'm working on what I love now.
Definitely hard, and it's something I struggle
Same.
with every day. Every day I'm
Me
like,
too,
man,
brother.
if I was doing this, none of this stuff would be a problem. I'll have more freedom to fly and go do shows in different states and stuff. But I try to take it step by step because I'm definitely struggling with that. For the love of money, It's always gonna be the root of all evil for me. You know, and I'm just trying to work past that. I'm trying to get over that hump. But unfortunately, money rules the world. So I
We gotta pay bills.
yeah,
We gotta
you know?
do some things. I feel you.
Yeah. They ain't gonna keep your lights on for having a good heart. They're gonna be like, hey, I like you, man, but hey, I gotta cut this off because I gotta feed my family.
That part.
You know, and that also leads to a lot of bad decisions too. But it's something that I struggle with every day. But it's definitely getting better. I'm starting to appreciate the money that I have more and doing better by it instead of going to buy shoes and jewelry and clothes and all this. You know what I mean?
For sure. I was gonna say that chain,
Yeah.
man. That chain is
Yeah.
over here, man. I have to get my glasses right. It's blinging, man. Hard work pay off, brother.
Right.
Hey, I feel
It's a
you.
little something I tried to do something special. My girl was like, hey, you know, go for it, man. You're back in the lights and the cameras and stuff. You know, you're in Denver doing shows, so you gotta have
Treat
something on
yourself,
your neck.
man.
You know,
You got to,
Yeah.
man. What kind of chain is that, Litto?
Oh, it's just a Cuban link chain.
Cuban
man.
link. That
Yeah.
thing's clean, man. Yeah, it's clean. Hard work pay off.
Oh, yeah,
man.
for sure.
You do gotta treat yourself. So back with the music stuff. So you're working on music. Have you did any shows out in Oregon yet?
Not yet. I had the opportunity to do a bunch of shows, man.
sure.
And I'm just always working. So I always have to be like, hey, guys, I'm sorry. I'm not going to be able to make it. You know, I was supposed to do a Halloween show. I was supposed to do two shows before that. I'm supposed to do a show in Portland for New Year's.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't look like
It's
that's
my
going to
birthday, man. That's what's
happen. You know, so,
Man,
you know, yeah.
Just gotta. You're juggling. You're trying
Yeah.
to find that
Yeah.
place, man.
That one time where, you know, I don't got nothing going on and I can do a show, I'm definitely got to go out and do it.
You got
For
to,
sure.
man.
Yeah.
Blast them with your vocals. What's some of your favorite way to market yourself? What's some of your favorite avenues? Like me, I love using YouTube and Instagram. We haven't got on X yet for Garage Talks, but like, what's some of your ways? I saw you got Spotify.
Yeah. For me, I'm reaching out through Spotify. I'm still learning the commercial game, I'd say, of music, because
Gotcha.
now it's way more than just writing. You can have the best bars, you can have the best songs in the world, but you ain't gonna get nowhere if you don't know how to market yourself. So I'm still finding those avenues, but I like to talk to people. I'm not super shy in that fact when it comes to me, because I'm a walking billboard. You ask me what I do, I'm gonna tell you they hate it at work. Every time I'm like, hey, you know, I write songs, I'm in the studio, I make
Hey.
music, I'm a rapper.
You got to,
it's
mate.
Like, geez, man, I get it, but what else do you do? Nah, man, I work and I rap. That's it. You know. So I like to market myself in that way. I'm definitely getting better with the marketing on the Instagram. Sometimes don't look too hot, don't look too good, but
It's
I've-
ebb and flow
yeah.
sometimes. It really is.
Started to make a vision board, started to try to
nice.
put these things that I want to do into perspective. So now I'm getting, you know, the music videos and the drop mics and stuff booked so I can start pushing it out on
Gotcha.
social media and stuff like that.
For sure. Have a team, man. I always tell people, I used to be so locked in on myself. I would say a little bit selfish, or prideful. I would say prideful,
Yeah.
but pride is the devil. And I used to just try to do it all myself. And having a team's been huge, as you see right
yeah.
now. Got a team, and you know it helps a lot. So I know you got the manager and everything, but yeah, just have some people help you out, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's nice.
Currently, what I'm working on for sure.
For sure.
It's hard because a lot of people, they always think you might want to get over on them or pull the wool over their eyes. And it's just like, you build something, you're going to be compensated for it because I'm asking you to do a job for me and with me.
Got you.
There's no thing of where I want to just get anything for free.
Right.
It take money to make money. I got to give you something so you can help me, but I also want to build. I hate one-time connections.
Oh, do you?
You know? Yeah, I don't like it at all. The vibe and everything is just better, in my opinion, when you know the person, when you're comfortable.
For sure.
So, for instance, if you got a guy that shoots music videos, I'm going to find the best guy that works for me that can shoot music videos. And I might branch out for different styles of music videos, but I know that guy's going to know my interests. He's going to know the lighting that I like. He's going to know the action shots that I want to get. He's going to finish my sentences in essence. That helps us get done faster.
Absolutely.
You know, time is money.
It is.
You know, so,
it really is.
yeah.
That's deep, man. I like that you said that. It's true. It's not always like it's not always the highest paid guy. It's not always the best quality. It's just like you said, who finishes your sentences. I like that.
Right.
I like that a lot.
Right.
Hey, Litto's having a bad day. Oh, Dez ain't on point today. Like those things matter, man. Chemistry.
Yeah.
Chemistry.
Especially
Comfortability.
when they know you, man, and they just know what's all something not right. Let me see what's up. It's a good feeling for sure.
How do you bounce back now that you're moving through the music career? How do you bounce back from low times? You put a song out there that you thought was gonna be hot. It didn't catch like you thought it would. How does Litto bounce back from those disappointing moments?
Honestly, I go back to the drawing board. I get in that pad, and I figure out what it is gonna take to get the reaction, the response that I want.
Absolutely.
And I'm just gonna keep putting teasers out, and we're gonna see what hits, and then I'm gonna try to craft everything else I do around that based on what people that like me like.
For sure.
Honestly, because it's definitely hard. It's definitely
Man.
been a lot of times I put out a song and I'm just like, this song is busting. People are giving me good feedback on it before it's released, and
Yep.
it's anticipated to do well, and then big fat goose egg.
Right.
You know?
I can relate.
Uh-huh.
I can relate. We put a video, like a short out or something. We put it out. I be sitting there, Litto, schedule it. I'm like, rubbing Birdman hands. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? That you see what he said? It's like, come on, man. So I feel you.
Yeah. The audience and the public opinion is very, very finicky, in my opinion. They don't know what they want. They get a lot of trouble for saying that, but they don't know what they want all the time.
Elaborate on that some more.
I mean, in my personal opinion, I think the world's kind of moving in trends. They're going to hop on the first thing smoking. You can literally piggyback off of what somebody else is doing, and it'll probably go viral because that's what people are into.
For sure.
But just like that dog mentality, squirrel, that's it. It's already gone. So now you got to go back to the drawing board, which is why a lot of times we fail.
For sure.
Is because we're not adapting. It's hard to do that when everybody's changing their mind so quickly. 1 minute they like storytelling, and then the next minute they like mumbo jumbo. You know, and it's the same person too. You know.
Yeah. That's wild, man. So for you as an artist, you're just like, forget it though. I got to stand my ground.
Yeah.
Or are you like, are you kind of looking at other artists like, okay, he's doing this, and this. Do I kind of lean that way a little bit? Not copying, but just leaning that style.
I try, but I also try to stay true to myself.
For sure.
I definitely look at what's hot and the melodies and the type of beats that a lot of mainstream rappers are rapping on, and I try to find things similar with similar content. But I have to remember for myself, I'm different a lot of the times. It's a lot different for me because I can do so many different things with my music. I feel like now I don't even have to follow that. I'm just gonna say what I feel, and it should touch the right people. Because if you're rocking with me, you got to be somewhat bipolar.
Gotcha.
You got to be somewhat OCD.
Okay.
You got to be somewhat of a stoner. You got to be a lot reclusive and reserved. So I feel like it'll be a lot of that thrown out there. So you should get what you need. You know what I mean?
What you need there. Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's wild that you say that, the squirrel mentality, because it's so true, man. Like, I admire that. And for real, Litto, that you say this, that you not riding trends. I mean, J. Cole, what song was that? 1995 or something? Off the KOD album.
Off the KOD album, yeah.
You remember that one? He was like, you was only hot because you was riding trends. Yeah, I was like, man, that hit, bro. I mean, for me, just being on social media, doing a podcast, but you making music, it's like, stay true to yourself. It'll come around. You'll absorb what you're supposed to.
Yeah. People aren't receptive to authenticity a lot of the times.
Isn't that discouraging though?
Yeah, it is. For sure. People want what they want, but I think it's our job and my job as a writer to make them feel what I feel. When I first started writing, and some songs that I was putting out, catchy, the metaphors, the punchlines were on point, but it was kind of in the way I was delivering it. I wasn't delivering it in a way that they're going to understand, they're going to feel, because I thought catchy flows and, metaphors was the way to go. Now I'm kind of transitioning into let me just be real with you, and this is what I'm feeling. I don't care what you think at this point, because at the end of the day, everybody's a rapper. No matter what state you go in, there's hundreds of thousands of people that want to rap.
For sure.
Which means that the likelihood of breaking it big is that of trying to be a professional ball player. So why would you change yourself for something that you might not even be able to achieve? Just do what you love.
Wow.
You know, just do what you love and don't have any regrets about it. If they like it, they like it. If they don't, fuck them. You know?
That part.
Yeah.
And you're happy. You're fulfilled. Like, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I get it. Doing videos, doing content. I'm like, how does the Peacekeeper stay in his realm?
Right.
So I had to write down, Des, what's your realm? What do you like? And it's like, okay, fitness. I love movies. I know you like movies too.
Yeah.
Shout out to you. Shout
For
out
sure.
to movies. Right? Movies, motivational speaker, cool. Bringing people together, podcasting, having a show. Okay, basketball. A little bit of comedy. I know I'm not a comedian. I leave that to my cousin Tevin.
Yeah.
He's the comedian, you know. But it's like, stay in that realm. And at times the discouragement comes out, Litto, where I'm like, damn, like you see somebody do something that's foolish. I'm just going to be honest, foolish. Or you see a female using her assets and it's like busting. And you're just like, really?
Oh, yeah.
But let me tell you, hey, I ain't giving up my soul or what I stand for. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I used to be really envious of that. Just even a few months ago, I'd have girls on my timeline, man, and it's just like, I'm not even hating you.
Nah.
You can't rap, but you look appealing, you know, and I hate that because it's somebody that I know. I'm not gonna speak on it too much, but she used to do the same thing, but she has the ability to progress, and now she's getting better. But guess what? A lot of people are still going back to her feeds for the over sexualization that she was doing to garner attention.
Dang.
You know, and she's actually doing very, very well now. Her bars are on point. There's no more of that weird blue face type stuff. You know, it's some real heavy hitting stuff, but they're like, hey, you gonna twerk? You gonna do this? You gonna do that? Well, no, I want you to know who I am now.
Who I
we don't
am.
care about that. And it happens with us too. You know, it happened with me.
For sure.
You know, with just making trap, shoot 'em, dope boy type music. That's what they want, and that's what they're gonna go back to. You know.
So you were making some trap music for a while.
Yeah.
And how was it? How was it looking, the numbers wise?
It was looking good. Honestly, this was before I was even like streaming or on platforms. I just started my artist campaign, so to speak, and honestly, like probably March or April.
Okay.
I started from scratch, from zero. Now I'm finally, you know, close to, you know, 1,100 over the course of just a few months.
Nice.
But before that, I was doing shows out in Alaska. But it was, they called it, they liked me because they said you're a slick talker. You know, heavy bars and you slick talk. You can say whatever you want to say. Nobody gonna think too much about it.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's just kind of what it was. So I tried to take that and run with it.
For sure.
You know,
for
like,
sure.
I can really say whatever I want to say for sure. Let me tell you guys this. You know, and they started to really, really like it. People are attracted to it. And then when you say, hey, I'm gonna give you a story. I'm gonna tell you about some things that happened to me when I was growing up, and the most beautiful execution on the song. And they're like, yeah, I'm not really fucking with this, man. And it's just like, really? And it's like, yeah, man, like, come on, like, give me some hype stuff. We want to hear this, we want to hear that.
For sure.
You know, it's that. You know?
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Back to that J. Cole song. That's what they expect too.
Right.
You know, you're like, nah, bro. I bring so much more to the table than that. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm constantly progressing, as you should, in whatever it is you do. When I first started, my pen wasn't that great. You know, I started to study, you know, rhyme schemes. I started to study how to make different flows inside of your bars and stuff like that. And I feel like I should be able to let everybody know, hey, I've been doing my homework. Check this out. This is going to sound totally different than the last song that you heard.
You got the substance to it. You're putting the work in. You're putting the Mamba mentality to it. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's gonna bust, man. It is. It is, man.
Oh yeah. And if it doesn't, I'm cool. I'm having a good time.
For sure.
It's still therapy for me. I still struggle with those same things with shortness of breath and breathing issues. So it's constantly helping me.
For sure.
So
That's
at the end of the
amazing.
day, I'm happy.
Yes, you is. And you're living out your passion, what you're doing to be the best you.
Yeah.
That's why I tell people, be the best you. Like, I just can't stress it enough. We all settle in certain parts of life, and it's just not worth it. You don't want to have regret, like you said earlier. Regret is just so painful, man. I said one of my favorite quotes: "What if you die and they show you what you would have been if you would have took this route, kept going?" So
that'd be crazy for sure.
You'd be like, "Damn, man, that'd be tough, dude." It's crazy. Yeah, doing this Garage Talks, I mean, it's wild how far we came. I look back at our old footage. I'm just like, damn, stuff was a little rough around here at the start. Now I'm like, okay, we good now. We in a good spot.
Oh yeah.
But it's it takes that persistence and that hard work and people who care and love you. Have a little bit of a tribe. It's wild, man.
Yep.
But for sure, that's dope. That's dope. What's your favorite mic to use? I know you were talking about the mic earlier before we started.
Oh man, Blue Ribbon.
Blue Ribbon.
I like Blue Ribbon mics for sure.
What's the Blue Ribbon? I mean, we got these shirts right here. I love shirts.
These are good too. But I like the crispiness of a Blue Ribbon.
Oh, for sure.
Especially, it was easier having a home studio when I had one. It was easier to just get on there and be kind of free. It would cut out a lot of the plosives and stuff. And I'm from the South, so I'm really harsh when I talk. So I need microphones that's gonna get that down real quick, condense it before it becomes an issue.
Oh, okay.
And that's why I kind of like the Blue Ribbon mics.
For sure.
It just brought my voice up. My voice tends to hide behind the mechanics of a beat a lot. It's kind of muddy. I have a pretty nasally, muddy type voice naturally.
That's wild. You know that.
Yeah.
Shoot.
So that microphone kind of just makes my voice more present. I also don't have a deep voice. It's not low. It's not super high. So it just complements it well to where I'm not super squeaky, but I'm not like trying to like talk like this.
Your voice just got that good energy voice. Like when I met you again, I was like, bet, like let's go, man. What's up? You made me want to go run 10 miles. I was like, this is a cool cat, man.
Oh yeah.
So that's good, dude. That's good. You do beats too? You make beats or what you do?
I try to make beats, man.
Or that's not your realm?
Not my realm, and I never really had time. Now I'm starting to kind of try to have time. I have the setup for it and everything. But when I moved out here, I lost a bedroom. So, at my old house, I had a free bedroom and we turned that into the studio. So I had, a vocal booth. I converted a half walk-in closet, completely insulated it.
Damn.
Put my mic in there, had the lights, LEDs going. Everything, then I had a separate station on the side for learning to make beats, and I had my studio set up. It was a really nice operation
for sure.
But I didn't have time. I was like, man, I'm still trying to learn how to record.
Right. Hey,
now I'm trying to learn how to make beats as well. So.
Man, I got some people that make beats, man. If you you the artist, like if they need to alley oop you a beat, man. I mean, real talk.
Oh yeah, I'm down. I'm always down.
DJ Didi, let's help our mans out real quick. I'll text you after this, D. I'll text you. For real, we alley oop you some beats. That's who does our music here, Didi. He cooks, man.
I rip him.
He cooks for real.
I rip him.
Real talk, man. D be cooking. He does all our music here, man. So I'll tap you in real quick, see what y'all can figure out. He loves it. Like you love making music, he loves making beats. Loves that stuff.
Oh yeah, I love it because I like to sit down and structure it, especially if somebody knows what they're doing. I can tell them, hey, this is what I like because I'm an unorthodox rapper, kind of. I don't go with the same norms of hook, verse, hook, verse, outro.
Oh.
I like to just start random. If I want to start with a bridge, I'm starting with a bridge, and then I'm gonna go into a verse, and then I'm gonna go into a hook, and
For sure. And just
it's
cook
just-
it.
Yeah, it's just how I'm feeling on the beat, you know.
That works best for you. Just going that way.
And I think I learned that way because I was an amateur.
Mm.
You know, when I first started, I don't know what all this stuff means in a beat. So I hear a
Absolutely.
beat, I'm just start rapping. So I just automatically want to put a verse at the beginning of every song.
Hey, okay,
Until I
okay.
started learning, like, okay, let me listen to the beat first
Put a little structure to it.
Yeah.
For sure. That's
before I
athlete.
start rapping on it.
That's what's up, man. Well, getting into it, man. Let me ask you. We just got done with talking about your music and career and everything. I want to know more about you as well. I always love diving deep into people's lives and where they come from, how they got to this point. That's the theme of this podcast. So, coming from Memphis, Tennessee, I gotta ask my first question to you before we get into this. What does redemption mean to Litto?
For me, I think it's learning from past mistakes and making a conscious effort to do better going forward. That's what redemption means to me.
For sure. For sure. Have you had to do that before?
All the time.
Got it.
All the time, man. Yes, yes.
Made you a better man, though?
Oh, yeah.
I know it's made me yet. That's why I'm asking. Definitely. Sometimes I feel like the men that have to redeem themselves is usually the strongest.
Right, right.
You
Yeah.
know, a perfect life, that just means it was an easy road. You don't want that. You want the hard road for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. We want those bumps. We want those potholes, man. Those speed bumps and stop signs. All of that. I think it just helps you build your character. It defines who you are. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you think you be the man you is if you didn't have the potholes in your life, those bumps?
Definitely not. I'd probably be dead or something like that, man.
Damn, like that.
Potholes kept me alive for sure.
For real?
Yeah, for sure.
Goodness gracious. What did you want to be growing up?
Initially, what I wanted to be when I grew up, I wanted to go into the Navy. I had come from a family that has a strong military background. So growing up, it was kind of let me do everything to get towards the Navy in the Navy Academy.
What did you want to do in the Navy?
I wanted to be an electrical engineer.
Okay, bet. I thought he was going to say Navy SEAL. I was like, dang.
Man, I looked at those videos.
Sheesh.
I was like,
Going through that, man, crazy.
that scared me. I was like, I got the mind for it, but it's just nah.
Right.
Electrical engineering. I was
Electrical.
always after something that had some longevity, gonna get me some bread too, so I don't got to worry about money.
Absolutely. So what stopped you from it? Why didn't you pursue that at first? Growing up, that is, of course.
Man, well, first off, I played football and I got an injury.
What
a
you do
back
to
injury
yourself? Ooh, okay.
that resulted in me having scoliosis, which was 3 degrees too much to pass MEPS. And honestly, after that, and even before that, going to jail, I got locked up. So that took kind of all of that off the table. Just too late.
Does Navy not look at you if you go to jail? I'm not sure.
At that time, it was more of a thing of where I wanted to go into the Navy as an officer. So I was building, my mom was putting me in preparatory schools and trying to get me the best schooling that she could
Gotcha.
so that we could get into the Navy Academy. That was the goal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was the goal.
Got you, man. But then, damn, the Navy. That would have been dope, man.
Yep,
That would have been
yep.
dope. So you got in trouble. What happened with that, Litto? What happened with trouble? What's trouble? Trouble can be anything for anybody. I forgot it in trouble. What's your trouble?
Trouble was me trying to do what I thought was gonna keep me alive, man. I was fighting some serious demons when I was younger that I didn't have the heart to talk about. Mental health was weighing on me very, very tough, and I felt like it wasn't manly to just ask for help. Even though my mom was there. It's funny because my mom has a doctorate in psychology. What? Yes. Yeah.
What? Litto.
So she was always on my case about it. She always knew something wasn't there because at that time, she was finishing up her master's and starting those doctorate classes. So she was pretty well versed in knowing the signs.
Gotcha.
But I had to keep hiding it and
Yep.
just that and the environment just led me to make some bad choices.
Was the environment? You say environment. I like that you brought that up because was it like man up? You ain't nothing wrong with you. Just you good.
Yeah,
But really something wasn't good.
In my head, that's what it was. My mom was like, hey, we need to talk about this. Get you in a therapist, and we did. But I kind of used therapy as a wrong tool. I use it as a confessional. Hey, I can't say anything you've been doing. All right, cool. I did this, and this, and this. You can't say nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I should have been, taking it a little bit more seriously because he was really there to help.
For sure.
Just unfortunately, just me and my mentality was I got to be hard to the core because I wasn't.
Why did you feel like you had to be like that? Was it people around you? Was you?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I grew up in the hood. My mom always.
What part of Memphis?
All over, man. I'm one of those hood rats that's lived in every single hood in Memphis, man.
Okay.
North Memphis, South Memphis, East Memphis, DeSoto, all types of stuff.
Okay.
But it was just a thing of people outside are more scary than the people that are indoors. My mom gonna keep me safe.
What you mean by that? People outside more scary than people indoors. What's
Man,
that?
I grew up in the hood where you're gonna do what the OGs and the big homies want you to do. If they want you to go sell some stuff, you're gonna go sell some stuff. If you say no, that's your ass. They're gonna beat it out of you. They had a strong mentality of you're gonna be a part of the brotherhood or you're gonna be a part of the problem. And we're going to correct that with discipline. Wow. And discipline was you getting beat up. Damn. And I got beat up a lot because I tried to fight it because, I just wasn't something that I was into. But then I started to open up my eyes in a negative way. I started to see these guys. I'm like, man, they got the gals. They got the money. They got the jewelry. They got the cars. And they got the respect. And I was really after respect then because I felt like, even at home sometimes that I wasn't respected. Youngest in the household, only boy in the household. I felt like my opinion sometimes wasn't needed.
Gotcha.
It was always speak when spoken to sometimes just because I got a no-nonsense mom. She's very, very serious. She doesn't really have time for the game. She doesn't have time for the jokes and stuff because she had stuff that she needed to get done too, and I understand that.
For sure.
But I was after respect.
Wow.
So after the beatings and me getting jumped all the time, I decided to say, hey, let's go jump off the porch and see what we can do.
Damn.
And I never looked back. Honestly, I never looked back. So I ended up committing a crime that resulted in me getting quite a few felonies. So I got about 7 felonies at one time.
What? How old were you?
I was 14.
14?
Yep.
So what do they do with you when... What do they do with you then?
For me, they put me at 201 Popular at 14. I was there for about 2 weeks, which is unorthodox, might I add, because I'm a kid. Like, they talking about doing stuff to me. I'm with adults, and that was because I did an adult crime, and I don't even know why. But I remember they took me up downtown. They took me up to homicide and robbery, and I'm sitting there, and I'm in the room for hours, chilling, you know what I'm saying?
14.
Just waiting. They left me in there for, I want to say, probably like 12 hours before somebody came and checked on me.
For sure.
And I remember this guy came in and was like, oh my God, how old are you? I'm 14. And what are you doing in here, And
was he a cop?
Yeah, he was a
cop?
detective.
Wow.
He was a robbery detective.
Okay.
And he brought me some food, and they got me out of there. But I ended up going back, and they put me in 201 Popular for 2 weeks before it was crunch time. Yeah. Apparently, some of the older guys were saying they were going to do a lot of negative things to a little kid.
Dang.
And right when it was Judgment Day, they got me out of there and sent me down to Adams, which was juvenile.
Gotcha.
So while I was awaiting my trial, I sat in juvenile detention with everybody else.
How was your mom handling this?
Man,
was she
wasn't
sick?
Yeah, she wasn't handling it well at all.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
She was hurt.
Being young and in the hood, they tried to put it on her.
What?
Did you make him do this? Did you put him up to doing this because we know you guys are struggling and you need money. And that's something that shamed me because I had told him, like, she don't got nothing to do with this. I did it because I thought I needed to do this.
Right.
And it's just what it is. But she was upset. I didn't hear from her until I was getting ready to go off to the level 5 facility at John Wilder in Tennessee. And that was like many, many months later. I was probably like 6-8 months later of me sitting in there after I pleaded guilty and I was gone.
Wow.
You know, and she came and talked to me.
Was anybody, so with the crime you committed, because there was other people involved, I'm assuming.
Not just me.
Just you. Anyone put you up to it?
Nah.
Dang.
I just believe in whatever I'm doing, I'm gonna do it to the fullest.
For sure.
You know, I got a lot of my reputation of where I'm from doing bad things for having a mentality of not being scared, even if I might be.
Wow.
You know, they always look at me and was like, damn, you really not, you know what I'm saying? You really not, so I'm gonna do it. Because if I want to be a thug, if I want to be a gangster, I got to be the best one that I can be because there's always somebody behind me that's going to want what I have if I'm not on go. Damn. It's a wrap. So I did it by myself. It's just what I had to do. I wanted to earn my reputation. For sure. I wanted to earn my place in the gang world. And it just happened. And it definitely did.
Man,
it definitely
did.
It definitely helped. But,
jeez.
You know.
You, for that, how much did it change you going through that process? So you get in trouble, you get locked up. What's going through your mind during this process at 14, first of all?
Man, what's going through my mind, it was a joke at first. Because I'm like, man, I'm 14. I'm used to going to facilities. I'm used to going to intervention facilities and youth camps for kids that don't know how to sit still and act bad. So I'm used to it already.
So you thinking just a slap on the wrist,
yeah,
go home eventually.
Yeah, I'm going to go chill. Boy, was I wrong.
Ooh.
You know?
Wow.
They tried to throw the max at me. I was looking at 10 years. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
From that off the bat, 10 years. And I pled guilty to it. Just because my public defender obviously didn't do his job and was like, hey, take it, it's the best one you're going to get, so I did. But my mom was working behind the scenes and she was talking to the lawyers. She was talking to the judge, trying to see what she could do. But it was hard. I went in with a mentality of it's time to turn up because if I'm going to go to prison, I need to be in tip-top shape. Or they're gonna eat me alive, and I have to go in and make some noise. So as soon as I went to juvenile detention, I was fighting immediately because they try to punk you as soon as you go there. No matter the age group, it's still the same thing.
Still the same mentality. So you gotta show them you stand on business. You're not gonna be pushed around.
Yep, win, lose, or draw, and that led to a lot of negative things going forward. For a lot of the time, I was 23-1. I was in a cell going crazy because keep in mind, like I said earlier, I still had those mental things I was dealing with. Those things came to light when I was by myself all day, every day.
And what mental things do you think it was, man?
You know, man, voices in my head, all types of things, man. Just anxiety creeping up, the feeling like I'm suffocating.
Oh, wow.
You know, it's just coming like the walls are closing in.
For sure.
It was very, very scary. And it's like whatever. And then I had the opportunity to go back out with everybody else, and I still did what I had to do.
For sure.
So for a good amount of the time, I want to say like the first year, I ultimately, for the first year, it was just fighting, doing mischievous stuff until they got me going to where I was going. Wow. It wasn't until when I got to where I was going that everything changed.
For the better?
Yeah, for the better.
For the better. Okay, good.
I got a glimpse of what prison might look like because they sent me to a youth prison.
Wow.
They sent me to a place where kids have killed people, where kids have robbed people as well. It wasn't any more petty theft. It wasn't any more.
What's the name of the place?
You know, John Wilder.
John Wilder. That's the name of where you were.
Yep.
Wow.
And it was no more of that. It was, oh shit, like I gotta step up now, and it's not even the big leagues, but these kids, because you could stay there up until you were 19.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
You had some people in special circumstances.
For sure.
19. But we had people in there that were doing all kinds of stuff. And I remember my first day, it was this guy talking mad shit. Apparently, like, he was a 17. His dad was a chief for the vice lords or whatnot, so everybody knew him. He had a lot of respect. He went off, and we're standing in a foul line with our hands behind our back. And, you know, they kind of tell you, you know, hey, when we say go, you go. Walk across the stripe. Don't pass the stripe. You pass the stripe, we put you down. So he wanted to be funny or whatever, and some dude tried to correct him. We're not supposed to be talking. They like, QT, it means quiet time. Shut up. And he turns around, hits him. Breaks his nose, blood spewing out this kid's nose. So I'm like, oh, God. And I'm standing there like, ooh. And the guards came, they put him down and broke both of his arms. And that's when I knew. I was like, I'm not getting away with what I was doing before.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
And there was a lot of that. We were in there making shanks. We were in there making dice out of typical stuff you see in the big leagues, man.
For sure.
Trying to smoke weed, people still trying to get stuff in. It was a lot of crazy stuff.
What do you think, looking back at for the kids, what's missing? What's missing in most lives? What's missing in your life then? What could have helped?
For me, I don't know, but for a lot of other people, I definitely think missing a father in your life is, I think that's a crucial part. But
Was your dad around?
no.
Okay.
Yeah, my dad wasn't around.
Okay.
I was adopted.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a whole nother story, man. But yeah, so I went to a loving home, but that home just didn't have a male figure. And I think that contributed a lot towards me. But I felt like if I had a dad,
Right.
I was the type of kid, me and my dad gonna fight. You know,
Oh,
not
really?
gonna put me
Butting
in my
heads.
place.
For sure.
You know, so I felt like it kind of worked out because I always respected women. I never tried to fight my mom, even though my mom could be brutal sometimes. You know, moms, they'll punch you, they'll smack you, they'll put you through walls.
For
but
sure.
If my daddy did that, nah, that's not gonna happen.
It's,
Yeah. But
See,
I
my
think
dad
there
got
was
me, man. I'll be honest, I'm blessed to have my dad in my life.
Yeah.
Woo. He got on me young. He said, hey, look, boom, boom, boom. But what was cool with my parents and their parenting style is they gave me slack. They said, look, he a young man. He gonna live some life, do some things. You know, enough slack. And he had that balance down. But if I crossed that line, yeah, it was Donkey Kong time.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
It was on like
At least you
that,
got some slack, man.
sure.
I think a lot of the problem with me was I got none.
Got
There's no
none.
slack to go circle the yard.
Yes. So you feel like you was just bottled up sometimes? Like you said, you couldn't breathe, the anxiety. You're like, man, I just gotta go do something. Let me just go.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
How important was it to have your moms in life though, to have moms there taking care of you and everything?
Oh, most definitely. She taught me. I like to joke around and say this, but my mom definitely is a feminist, man. I wouldn't let her hear me say this, but she don't like men at all. You know, she's just attracted to men. She hates men, dude. Like
She attracted to
yeah,
them.
you got to be a certain type of guy to be with my mom. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
She got high standards.
For sure.
For
sure.
And I
Denzel
respect
Washington
it.
can't walk up on her. No.
He could.
He could.
She liked Denzel Washington.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay. I just see.
But it was very, very important having her because she taught me the values of not only being a man growing up without a father, but also not having to depend on a woman for anything, you know.
Wow.
Because women cook and clean for you, they iron your clothes. That's what they were doing then. My mom said, "No, we're not doing that. You're gonna do this for yourself, and you're gonna do this for her. And in return, if she's a good one for you, she will do it for you.
Yeah,
But you
reciprocate.
got to put it on the table. You can't just expect her to do everything and you just sitting on your butt playing video games.
Man, that's huge.
You know,
man.
yeah. So she taught me that. She taught me how to cook at a very young age. You know, I had a passion for cooking. I just never pursued it. She taught me how to clean well. She taught me, the fundamentals of making sure you go to school and making it a priority, which I think we could have been a little loose on that. She was just driving in school, college, university, go as far as you can go.
For sure.
Because you never want to be a person looking the way that we do that is uneducated, because you'll get no respect in the career world. But my feelings on that is, honestly, times have changed. You don't have to go to college all the time now to be successful. There's so many other things you could do.
Absolutely.
But that's just what she drove in. And so she was very, very instrumental. I think if I was adopted and I went anywhere else in Memphis, I think it would have turned out a lot worse than what it did. Yeah.
Wow.
So I always tell her, she was telling me the other day, she was like, I remember the first time I met you, you were a baby. And she told me, she was like, I was looking for a girl. And she was like, I looked at you and I loved you from the first time that I saw you, and I knew that I had to have you. And she wasn't even able to adopt. They pulled strings so she could have me.
What? That's God working right there, man. That's God working.
Yeah. So it always makes me smile when we talk about it. It makes me feel important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which you is, man. Which you is. What's advice you would give a kid that's going through things? They hearing voices in their head. They feeling depression. What's advice that Litto can give, since you experience so much?
Man, definitely speak up. Don't be afraid. Now, I'm not saying go tell your friends. They're going to make fun of you. Yeah. Go to your parents. Tell your parents how you feel. If they're smart enough, they'll get you the help before you start doing random stuff that might cost you your freedom.
Man.
Honestly.
Man.
We're too old and times have progressed too much for us to hide mental health, because everyone struggles with it in some way, shape, or form.
Yes.
Back then, a lot of people hid it. So it was a thing of where if you had a mental illness, or even if you were bipolar or OCD, you were not normal. You were different. Now everyone has something, so it's really no excuse for you not to go get the help you need.
Man, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And I love that you're fighting against your problems. You're not being a victim to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's cool. Like I said, I can tell you've been through some things, and you're doing your best to control that beast for sure. That's dope, man. It's a big respect.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Especially like with you come from a whole different place. Memphis, I'm born here in Oregon, born and raised. Like, it's just two different ways here. And like what you've been going through and some of the things you just said, like, it's mind blowing to me, honestly. Like, I'm just sitting here in awe, like, wow. Sis, make me want to go hug my mama. Like, man, appreciate it, man. Because it's wild.
Yeah, for sure. And I had it easy than a lot of other ones there. And I still had it hard.
Damn.
A lot of people had it a lot harder. For
real.
Sure. Just growing up where we grew up. I grew up in an area where right next door, you got a trap house boarded up, junkies in there shooting up. You could walk by in there and they're dead, from an overdose.
What?
And you live right here.
Man.
And they're right beside you.
How was the police presence around there?
Man, honestly, it was an area of F the police, man. They didn't do anything. In my personal opinion, when I was arrested, they were thugs. It was thugs with badges.
Wow.
I had never been beaten and threatened so much by people that looked like me.
Wow.
Worse than them. They told me all kinds of stuff. I'm blow your head off. Don't you move. All kinds of crazy stuff in my ear. I want you to move. I've been waiting for somebody like you to do something stupid so I can kill you today. And that's a lot what they did. Some of the police officers were former gang members.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Former gang members that turned their life around and got a badge, but guess what? They still got ties in the community, which is why they're allowed to come into the community where cops should not be allowed. They're allowed because of their former affiliations of who their daddy was. So they're deemed as, oh yeah, you can come in because I know you're not really going to do too much. But they were around.
Wow.
If they weren't like that, they were the other way, where you can't make a move without getting stopped. And that happened a lot as well, A lot.
Yeah, most definitely.
A lot of my trouble came from I didn't look like a typical thug when I was younger. Before I tried to blossom into being a hood rat, so they kind of overlooked me a little bit. Oh, that guy ain't never doing nothing, and that's when the hood caught on. Like, hey, They were, look at this guy. We could put him to work.
Oh,
He
that's
the one,
wild.
yeah.
So people took advantage of that because they knew. Because were you just smart? You smart dude?
Yeah,
Smart
smart.
dude growing up.
Look
Good.
like a nerd, man. I ain't have my
That's all
pants
right.
hanging off my butt.
Hey, cool.
You know,
cool.
it
Good
was-
grades.
Yeah, good grades.
Good grades. School came easy for you?
I wouldn't say school came easy, but I always hate to say this, but I think I'm only smart because I've mastered the art of mimicking and memorization.
Oh, me too,
I got through
man.
a lot in school just from reading and memorizing everything. I never truly learned nothing, but I know a lot because I can recall it in my head.
Dang,
You
don't send
know.
you to Vegas, mate.
Yeah, right.
No, I feel you. I memorized a lot too. It was crazy. So like I remember I had like 1 year where like math came easy for me. I just learned it. I was like, oh, I'm actually doing this. Like I was surprised, Litto.
Yeah.
But after that, I was like, ooh, I gotta go back to memorizing.
Yeah. That's kind of how I was. Elementary school grades sucked, but it was because I had ADHD and I was undiagnosed and I really wasn't applying myself.
Gotcha.
Football came into play. And that's kind of when things changed for me because I'm like, man, I want to be out on the field.
For sure.
You know?
For sure.
So I have to. Fortunately, then, like, you could really be an idiot and still play football, even in high school. All you needed was like a 2.3.
Oh, my goodness.
That's the low of the low. That's a D average, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know, but
Did they have to do that because grades just weren't that good for the athletes? You feel that,
I think so. Yeah. And, you know, the stigma, you know, schools in the hood, they don't have access to funding, you know, and all that kind of stuff. So the education is kind of lacking. And I find that to be especially true, honestly. But that's what kind of brought my grades up, just wanting to play sports. And then I learned like, oh, well, I am actually smart. I was always good at science for some reason. And I loved going to science class, even when like all my other grades were failing.
Yeah.
And my science teacher would always tell me, she was like, hey, like, if you could do this here, why don't you do this in English? Well, I hate English.
Man.
You know, or I had a very attractive teacher. You know what
oh,
I'm saying?
shoot,
I'm like, yeah, I like going to this class. You know,
For real.
Yeah,
Dude, I've had that. Like, dude, I'm gonna get all the good grades. Don't worry. Like this, you're late to this class, but this class you on time every single time.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Yep. I had a moment with one of my teachers, not like that, but
was
she
gonna say,
told
"Dang,
me,
Litto."
'cause no, we're not putting that out there. No, she told me she found out that, you know, everybody was crushing on her. I mean, she was hot, I ain't gonna lie.
For sure.
Till to this day, she probably banging. And she told me, she said, listen, she was like, if you ever want someone like me, do you know what it takes to do that?
Oh.
She was like, do you think somebody like me is going to want somebody in here trying to sag your pants, acting like a hooligan? Or do you think I want somebody that's intelligent, that's striving to do something with their lives? And when she said that, I was like, man, you know what? You might be right. You might be on to something. Let me see what I can do about that. Absolutely. And I was like, you know, does that mean I can get you one day? I knew damn well that wasn't true, but she was like, maybe if you try,
Let me try.
What you gotta do.
Let me try. Shoot.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Shoot that shot. I feel you, mate. There was a couple times I feel you.
Yeah.
Whoa. Teach me. Shoot, teach me.
Right.
Man, nothing like it, babe. What do you think saved you, man? What do you think really, I mean, I know you went to the group home, things like that. What saved Litto though? What you think, you look back, was it moms? What saved you to make you say thank you?
It was definitely moms, but it was definitely just going to jail.
Going in? Okay.
Going to jail saved me, man. It
Scared
took
straight?
away. Yeah, kind of, sort
That's
of.
it.
Kind of, sort of. It got to a point where when I got in there, I realized that a lot of the people that I knew, they weren't calling me. They weren't hitting me up. My so-called big homies that out here letting me run wild and doing crazy stuff, they weren't nowhere to be found.
Wow.
You know where they were? At home, sleeping in their beds, eating food out their fridge, with their woman, with their kids. And I'm in here by myself. The only thing I had was people like, oh, yeah, I know who you know, so let's get it so we can figure out if you tough or not, and then you can be in the group type deal. That opened up my eyes a lot. Nobody was there.
That's wild, man. Ain't that crazy when it get hot?
Crazy.
Man.
Nobody was there. Nobody was there when I did the crime either, but I expected something different. I expected, just the camaraderie, the phone calls and this and this and that. It was nothing. But the moment I got out, when I made up my mind that, hey, listen, I'm trying to go do something else. I got to get the hell out of Memphis. Hey, yo, welcome back. Like, what's up? You trying to go kick it? You trying to do this? You trying to do that? And I'm just like, nah, I got to go.
How old were you when you got out?
I officially was released and introduced to society at 18.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. How was that? Was it hard to adjust?
I would say it was, but I had a different path. So I did my first 2 years kind of like locked down. But after that, I was at a group home and I played football. I got into a boarding school. Wow. So I was only starting to go to the group home on the weekends, so I was making grades, getting my education, still graduating on time.
Got it.
As opposed to just sitting at the group home during their standard curriculum and stuff like that. So it was a little bit easier, but it was hard with the mentality that people had towards me while trying to get reintroduced. It came a time where even after 18, for like a year and a half, people had to come to the house 2 and 3 times a week, some announced, some unannounced, sit down, talk with me, got to do drug tests, take some hair samples, and talk to me, ask me all these freaking questions about
What's
what
the
it
hair
is that I'm
samples
doing.
for, Litto?
Drugs.
Make
Make sure, they did it 2 ways. They're going to do a piss test, and then they're gonna take the hair too. Yeah, just to make sure, I'm not doing anything that I shouldn't be doing.
Man.
Yeah.
Damn.
So that was the hard part. It was just people looking at me like I'm something like a monster. You know what I'm saying?
I was going to ask, that's my follow-up question. How did your family treat you afterwards?
They treated me well. My mom came to grips with everything. She let me come back home, even though I didn't stay long. She let me come back home. My sisters were good. They were just more disappointed than anything. Right. Disappointed because they didn't know who I was. They only saw, my Dr. Jekyll. They didn't see Mr. Hyde. They didn't know that person existed.
For sure.
They thought I was just Carlos. They didn't think I was doing the undescribable.
Doing the most. Yeah, doing the most out there. So you was at home pretty chill. You was kicking it. Like you put on kind of a little bit of a front a little bit. Not saying fakeness, but a front there.
Definitely fakeness. I had to. My mama could see through it, so I had to become very, very meticulous in body language and how I presented myself when I was talking to her, because she'll read you like a book and she'll know.
Right.
Obviously, I got good at it, which pissed her off.
Man, my mom be knowing too. Shoot. I'll be like, to this day. I'll be like, man. Yeah. But I feel like a lot of us do that, and that's a valuable lesson coming from your story right there. We all try to put on a front. I put a reel out just the other day, take the mask off. And we all try to put a mask on in our different ways of life. Everybody fit into the corporate world, fit into the gang world, fit into this group who you think is cool, but something bad happens to you and they leave. No one's there for you. And I think it's a valuable lesson from your story to realize, like, look, bruh, you don't need to wear a mask. If you're just being genuinely you'll attract who you're supposed to have, man. I mean, look at us. We both mask off energy nowadays.
Right.
And look, now we sitting here kicking it, helping each other's, businesses and helping each other's passions.
Right.
Take the mask off and be the best you can be. Everything else will come.
Yeah. It's a lot easier now too, man. Kids nowadays got it a lot easier because things are a little bit more relaxed. You know what I mean? You don't have those pressures. Even back at home, it's not the same pressure that it used to be, because the people that were making you do all this crazy stuff, the OGs, started to get into construction and all this kind of stuff, or trying to make themselves more legit. So I feel like that also helps too.
For sure. I mean, can OGs be wrong then? Can they lead you down astray?
Oh, definitely, man. Yeah, half the crazy stuff I did was because they told me it was cool. They told me this is how you earn your stripes, man. You got to do it. We all did it.
And when we're young, we don't realize they was young one time doing the same mistakes.
Right. I had a couple that'll tell you, you know, hey, you shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing this. I learned a lot from a pimp, man. A pimp in the neighborhood. He taught me so much that was not bad. He taught me all the good in life.
Really?
He taught me all the mistakes that he made. He taught me how to live.
And he was
You know
still
what I mean?
pimping?
Still pimping.
Hey, he a real one, though.
He had like 3 girls at the crib waiting on him hand and foot.
Damn.
You know, calling them all kinds of names. Hey, go get me a drink. Smacking them on the ass. You know what I'm saying? They're like, hey, but you don't do what I do because I'm an idiot. I go to school. He was like, I never was going to go to college. He was like, I'm stupid. He was like, this is all I know. But if you have an opportunity to do something else, I suggest you do it. I have to make the best of my situation, but don't take it as like, you know, I'm royalty, which is what I thought of him as. I'm like, you my idol. You got all these girls.
You got girls.
They love you.
Got
they live
money.
with you. Got money. You know, when he didn't have money, they had money. You know what I'm saying? Wow. You know, he was making money from them. So I think he was just broke. He was just broke.
What's a gem he dropped with you, man?
He told me that if I didn't take anything else from life, was to always remember to stay true to myself and don't do what everybody else wants me to do. And he was like, and don't pimp bitches is what he told me.
Damn.
Just to be blunt with you.
Damn,
Don't pimp
dog,
bitches. You're gonna go to jail for a long time. And I was like, bet. I wasn't thinking about that, but okay.
Yo, that is
yeah.
damn, that give me chills, man. That's
Yeah.
real talk. I mean, this is a safe space. We can talk about anything here, Litto. But for somebody to be in their position doing the wrong and give you life,
Oh yeah.
man.
Oh yeah. He definitely helped out a lot. I stuck with him a lot. A lot of the times I disappear, I'll go over there and just chill. He'd tell me stories and stuff from when he was in prison and this and this and this. And I was like,
Litto.
damn, this is nice, you know?
He saw that energy in you, man. I don't think he did that to everybody.
Nah, probably not. Probably not. I thought it was going to be a totally different experience. I'm like, I'm trying to learn the game. It's like, I am teaching you the game. Teaching you the game the right way. Take all this bad stuff that you can learn to do. If you want to sell drugs, don't do it. Take the fundamentals of selling drugs and do it legally by getting a business. It's the same mechanics, is what he told me.
Damn.
It's the same thing. He was like, we're all smart. He was like, we just don't know how to survive in the real world. And I was like, okay, cool.
Wow.
I like it.
Damn, that's deep. Safe space. It gets me to another topic for the Black community and as a whole. Do you think we can do better coming together and just helping each other out and making a difference in this country and this world?
Oh yeah, for sure. I still feel like we're more divided than anyone else.
Why is
they
that?
want to talk about blacks, whites. I think it's a thing of, for me, I'll probably word it weird, but I feel like it's like a keeping up with the Joneses syndrome. We're fighting against each other based on what we have. We see somebody that's a step up, like, oh, he got this, oh, he got that. You know, I'm envious of him, so I'm gonna hate on him now. You know, instead of just being like, you know, hey, I fuck with you. Like, let's chop it up. Let's do some business. I don't like him because he taking all the business. Why don't you go learn the business from him instead? You know what I mean? And I feel like that divides us a lot. It's just the fact that maybe we might be envious, we might be jealous, or we could be the person in the position gatekeeping because we worked so hard to get where we're at and nobody showed us the way to go. So now he's like, hey, you got to struggle just like I did. You know, I clawed my way to the top, so you got to do it too. So I think it goes both ways. And
Absolutely.
that just divides us, you know?
Absolutely. I like that you said that. It's real talk. The winners of it, which God bless them, good for them. You know what? You got to try to help give back a little. Not give back, but give some game. Don't just be like, I got out. Good luck to you. I don't like that mentality. I'm out. Nah, if you start a business, let me try to employ you, or let me show you how I started the business, how to register the LLC. Just give back some way. Don't just sit high and mighty and then, like you said, keeping up with the Joneses syndrome.
Right.
You know, I do think we are the most divided community. It's sad.
Yeah.
You
And we
know.
could be a different story, man. We could be crazy.
Yes, absolutely.
Honestly, it could be crazy, you know, but
You know, oh, he got the new Jordans. I'm gonna get them from them, or
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the new Jordans, right? We don't need to do that, man.
Yeah.
You know, love. I think love and just educating ourselves would be just so key. Because we can't just look and be like the white man, the white man. You know, there's a time we need to look at ourselves and be like, man, there was a time we had our own businesses, our own things going on. Sure, it got burnt down, but now's the time to go again.
Yeah.
You know,
I used to be that way, and then guess what?
what happened?
The white man taught me everything that I know and how I got set in my career.
Wow.
Wasn't no black people telling me how to do nothing. They
Really?
were telling me, child, just do what you got to do and keep working and keep doing this and doing that. All the white man was like, hey, listen, I think you got something a little different from everybody else. So this is what you need to do.
Who was he? What or
You know
her?
what I'm saying? I had a mentor. His name was Philip Phillips. It was
Hey.
a crazy name. Man.
Okay,
But,
Philip Phillips.
He was working in a restaurant. He was the GM at the time on the cruise ships, and I was just like a lowly toilet scrubber,
Wow.
and I always had the gift of just observing and figuring out where flaws are so I can learn how to fill them.
Okay,
I wanted to
word.
be the guy that can raise his hand and be like, oh, I know how to do that. I can tell you. You just need to show me how to do it the right way.
That's dope.
And so that's kind of what I did when I was starting out on the cruise ships, just kind of observing because I was a nobody. And I got with him, and he was like, hey, you want to move up? Let's move you up from scrubbing toilets to taking dirty dishes off the table.
For sure.
And let's see how you do. And that right there is a demoralizing job.
Scrubbing
I was just
toilets.
Scrubbing toilets and taking dirty dishes because I was just walking around a free cafeteria on a cruise ship. Can I take your plate? Can I take your bowl? Can I take your cup? But I started to learn from it because I was like, well, shit, I got to do something. I came out here, I left home on a mission to figure out who I was.
Wow.
So he started to teach me, he started to see like, okay, you're smart. Let's try this now. Let's try to get you to wait some tables. Okay, you know how to do that. Let's see how you do seating people. Let me show you how to do it.
For sure.
And he kind of taught me that whole introductory level from being a toilet scrubber to a supervisor. Wow. And he taught me even as far as beyond that of what to do next. Go make sure you're getting your manager certifications. Go make sure you're up to your health codes. Go make sure you know about your sanitation, all of this stuff, because it's going to play a key role in you moving up into an assistant manager position or anything, because you need to know how not to kill people with food, And he taught me. I learned, I soaked it up, and then I began to just take what he taught me and kind of mold myself around it and go. And I took off. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Start traveling all over the world, managing restaurants and stuff like that. Just off of the basis of him saying, hey, you could scrub a toilet mighty fine.
Man. And that's so important, because all what you just explained right there, you're dealing with people. Different people, walks of life. Crews, I mean, so many different people. And you're garnering experience, and you're learning so much about you and just other people in the world instead of staying home. It's huge, man.
Yeah. Yep. It was scary. My mom told me. It was because of my mom, too, man. She hated me for it. Because she did something. I think she wanted me to try to be a flight attendant or something. And she was like, she kind of like snatched it back. Like, nah, I'm just playing. You can't do nothing like that. And I was like, bet, I'm going to figure this out.
For sure.
So I just started getting on Google, trying to figure out, like, how can I travel to work? How can I travel for work?
Man.
And then
got on the cruise.
Yeah.
So was it mind blowing, like having a white person put you on game? Like you had the pimp putting you on game. Deep down, probably the pimp was like, I hope he runs into some successful white person that can just help him real quick.
Yeah.
Just to give him that shell shock, because he probably was hoping he had that one day. Was that how was that for you? Like you coming out of Memphis, now you meet a white person that's mentoring you.
Man, it was great. I never would have expected it. I would have expected it to be a lot different. I'm used to people just, holding on to information. But he definitely
That's why.
put me on game for sure.
For sure.
And I could never thank him enough. You know,
Philip
for
Phillips.
sure. Mm-hmm.
That's what's up, man. That's deep, man. That's deep. And see, those are stories that we need to hear right now, especially with Trump winning the election and things like that. Like, you know, it don't got to be this division. We still got to go to work. We still all put our pants on the same, tie our shoes, and it's just it's different. And you know, with the black community, with the white community, we can coexist. Everyone can be fine. Like, I get it.
Oh yeah.
We get terrible things happen in the past, but it's like just hearing you is just. I'm a mixed dude. I mean, it is what it is, but it's so reminding that hey, we're all human. We bleed the same. We got to figure this out some way somehow.
Yeah.
But for my brothers and sisters, yeah, we got to take care of each other. We gotta have that actual unity. Like we preach it, but do we actually walk it?
Right.
It's keeping up with the Joneses right now. You know, we still got black on black crime. We still got all these things where it's like we need to figure this out. Take care of home so we can go out and go do other stuff, man.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, what advice would you give to a younger generation?
Man, follow your dreams. Don't do what everybody wants you to do. Do what you want to do, man. Do what you want to do, and run with it.
Man,
No matter what it is.
man,
A lot of guys are afraid to go paint. You know, oh man, that look corny. A lot of guys, they know how to draw real well, and they want to make shoes, but oh, that's corny. You know, just do it.
just do it.
Yeah, because 9 times out of 10, people that's calling you corny gonna be the same ones coming to buy your shoes. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be the same ones like, oh, can you draw me, or can you draw my name in graffiti or something like that? You know, do what you got to do.
For sure. That's some great advice. I know me growing up, I just thought it was the same cycle: get a job, work the job, this and that. But it's man, that advice is deep right there,
yeah.
man. And that helps with kids right now, Litto. I mean, let's look. We're in a social media world where we think our job's supposed to be a hashtag, man. I saw a kid the other day. Oh, it was some kind of news thing or something, man. And the kid goes, he was 8 years old. He goes, I want to be an influencer. Buddy, like, all right, cool, but we need electricians and plumbers. You know, we need people to help things actually keep going.
Yeah.
Like, cool, I understand. Social media can pay you, but the chances of that are so slim.
Yeah.
And then if that kills your confidence, kills your passion. It's like, man.
Yeah, looking up to these popular YouTubers making millions is jading a lot of people, man.
Absolutely.
Now everybody, I want to be an influencer. I want to be a content creator. I want to do OnlyFans.
Man.
You know, it'll die one day, and when it does, what do we have? You know, maybe OnlyFans won't die, but some of the other stuff probably will. You know what I mean?
Yeah, OnlyFans might hang around. All right. You remember a couple months ago or whatever, they tried to what they do? Like cut the funding to models or something?
Right.
You remember that?
Yeah, I heard something about
and
that.
they went crazy. And they're like,
I need my duckies. Let me change that back. Thank you.
Yeah, right.
I need my $1 million a month. $1 million.
Gosh, crazy.
Yeah. I don't know what it's like. I never thought, like, damn, how are you giving your money to see somebody naked? You know what I mean? I never been a big fan of it. It was always like, shit. People hit you up on Instagram like, hey, you gonna buy my OnlyFans? Nah, not really.
No.
Nah.
Check my link tree.
Maybe if I was 13.
Yeah,
You know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Nah, we're trying to do other things. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? We're not trying to just watch you be naked, you know?
For sure.
And I get it. You know, I personally feel like the world made it a profession, and now it is. Wow. So, shit, if you do it, you do it, and you be a professional about it. I ain't going to judge you, honestly.
Man.
I'm just not going to watch it. You know?
Right, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I agree with you. And it's just crazy. I think, too, like, when people use on this topic, use sex to bolster their other businesses.
Oh,
We kind of talked earlier about this in a way. I think just different things, but like, you know what you're doing. You hit the link tree and you see it. You're like, oh, come on, man. You know, I'm trying to sell these goods here. Nah, you know what you're doing with this, man. You know, keep the substance. Just go through the struggle like everybody. You know,
it's a shame that sex sells, man. Sex sells, and I used to be real envious too. I'm like, damn, man. If I was a female sometimes, man, I'd probably do the same shit, but it's just what it is, man. Sex sells, and people run with it too.
Well, what you said earlier too with the life, like just your previous life, fast money, fast everything, but people forget it goes fast as well.
Yep.
It goes
Very fast.
damn. You seen that a lot?
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
And Litto, I'm asking out of curiosity. I didn't grow up like this, so I'm literally learning from you right now.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy. Like,
Yeah. When I was younger, man, I was always doing something to try to get some cash. It was oftentimes the lights would be off at home, and I'd come home with a bundle of cash, and a lot of my mom would be like, "Oh yeah, I found this in the bathroom at Blockbuster Video."
damn.
And she'd look at me. Oh wait, we got money for the lights, or I can't go on a field trip. So I go to my big homies, like, hey, you got something for me? Let me go do something, get that money. And I'm like, hey, somebody sponsored me to go on this field trip, Mom, but you got to sign this permission slip, and here's the money. You know what I'm saying? And it was just kind of like that. Just, I don't know. I don't even know why money consumed me at that young age. My mom gave me everything I needed.
For
It
sure.
might not be what I wanted, but it was everything that I needed
Absolutely.
to survive. You know, I had clothes, I had shoes. It was just the struggle and seeing it on TV, trying to get out, you know, thinking that was the only way.
Thinking that was it.
But yeah, money was coming and going. Even when I got into my career, you know, I was making a lot of money doing what it is that I did. And one small mishap, one change of scenery, boom, lost it all, you know. Because a
Wow.
lot of people don't know this about me, but, you know, I used to be married. You know?
For real?
I was married for 3 years. I have a daughter in my previous marriage, and that goes to say that you can lose everything in an instant.
Wow.
I don't think I was ready for marriage when I got married. I went through the motions, and I did it because I felt like that was what I needed to do to become fully who I looked up to growing up. Husband, wife, family, car, got some money.
How old were you when you got
Wife
married?
doing good, man. I was 24.
24, young
Yep.
buck.
Yep.
Young buck.
I was 24 and should not have been getting married, but I loved her. And we were together for a while, and we decided to get married. And I started to blossom in my career, so to speak, and I let that consume me. And I think that played a critical role in our separation and eventual having our marriage dissolved. I was always gone. She was cool with it at first because I met her doing travel jobs. But once we had a kid, she kind of wanted me to settle down, but I couldn't acclimate to just 9 to 5s, you know?
Got you.
Yeah.
Man, that the marriage young is always tough. I mean, especially in the 20s. I've never been married, Litto, have yet to be, but I feel like I really found myself when I hit about 30, maybe 31.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I got a grasp of the mission now. 20s, I was working my job, but after my job, I was just kind of everywhere. Like I knew what I liked and didn't like, but as far as like my mission and where I was like, Des, what do you really want to go do? Like, is it the job it? It's not. What do I do? Yeah, 30, 31.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah,
So
that's where I'm
20s,
at now,
I
man.
couldn't be married in my 20s, me personally speaking.
Yeah.
You know, respect to everyone trying, everyone doing it, but you change so much, right? Or am I wrong?
No, you're definitely right. And you say you're not going to change, but it's inevitable.
It's
You know what
inevitable.
I mean? It's going to happen, man.
Yes.
No matter what, people change, and
For sure.
they'll tell you, you know. She used to always tell me a lot, I'm never going to change. Why would you think that? And I'm like, because I'm a realist. I know what's going to happen. One day we could wake up and not love each other. That doesn't mean we want that to happen.
Absolute.
It can happen, and you need to be aware so you can see the signs and fix them before they happen.
For sure.
You know, she always used to hate me for it.
Damn.
You know, why? Or why are you so negative?
For sure.
I'm like, I'm not negative. But deep down, you know, I'm fighting my subconscious like, shit, I might fuck this up. You know? You know?
What would you do differently the next marriage around?
Next marriage around, I'm definitely staying home, man. Be more present in my kids' life. I had a false realization. I was a great father and a great husband in my eyes because I had a great job. I provided. My kids were taken care of. I spent time with my kid. And, you know, everything was going well.
For sure.
What I failed to realize was that's just scratching the surface. You need to have time spent with your spouse. Your kid misses you even though you're calling on video chat every day. They miss that physical touch.
Ooh,
and that's exactly what I would do differently is not pick a job over my family. Even though I was coming home, I was only working like 4 weeks, 6 weeks, and I was off for an equal amount of time.
Oh, okay.
So I spent all my time at home when I was off of work.
For sure.
But it still begins to create a divide. And I saw that in my previous marriage, she started to resent me.
Yeah.
Because, I was still living a life that we had to stop for a kid. She stopped everything. She went and got a regular job. And I'm just like, well, I can't do that. And you said you'd never make me change. So I ran with it.
Yeesh.
And I won't do that again,
Dissolved it,
because I miss my kid dearly. And because of all of that, I don't get to see her as much as I should. So she's going to grow up disliking daddy a little bit until she gets to the real story.
That's deep,
you know?
man.
Yeah.
That's deep. It's when you lock in with family and kids and stuff, man, I feel like on certain parts, like you got your passion in your career. I do understand, but like everything else, you almost have to be kind of just boring. You just gotta lock in. Like you said, give up the old life. You gotta lock in and be boring. And there's nothing wrong with that, bro. Big Crit got a song called Boring, and it makes total sense. It's like I go to the crib, chill, and that's it, man.
Yep.
Stay out of
Stay
trouble that
out
way.
of trouble too.
Yeah. You already know. After midnight, there ain't nothing good out there, man.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing, man. I'm at home.
Man.
The only time I'm out is I'm doing shows in the studio, and
that
I'm
part,
bringing the shorty with me. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So you can never say that. She hates it sometimes too.
Do
Like,
she?
Fuck, dude. Like I want to be at home, and I'm like, well, I want you to come because I need some more support.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now she, she likes doing it, but sometimes it becomes a little bit of a hassle.
For sure.
But at least I'm not out in the streets doing wild, weird stuff. You know
That
what I
part.
mean? So
That part for sure,
Yeah.
Litto. I know. I'm single, but girl text me, "What you
Yeah.
doing tonight? It's Friday night." Boom, boom, boom. I will admit, I went out on Halloween. I admit that. But usually, I'm like, "Yo, I'm on the set, or I'm in the office."
Yeah.
One or the two.
Yeah.
Oh, you're just gonna be at home, like, because people like see me online and like they see certain things and think I'm just like I'm a fun person. Which thank you, that's a great compliment.
Yeah.
But I be chilling. I like it. In my off time, you saw I invited you to Gladiator too. Like I love going to the movies, chilling at the crib. I got my dog who's like my best friend. I'm like, I'm good, bro.
Oh yeah, that's
Like,
the best way to be.
I'm right here.
Oh, yeah.
If you ain't trying to be about that. Now my cousins, I love them to death. You're gonna meet them eventually. Des, we gotta turn up. We gotta go. Garage Talk's popping. I'm like, nah, bro, nah. But every now and then I will. But usually my life, I'm chilling, man. I'm right here. Man. This what I'm doing Thursday night. I'm right here. Tomorrow, going to a movie. That's it, man.
Yeah.
You gotta make those sacrifices, and
Got to, especially you want to get somewhere in life, man.
Man,
Go to the club, spend all your money.
for
you know?
real.
I'm learning that now. Fuck, I can't make all these appearances like I used to try to make.
Dude,
You know?
Litto's a business guy, a business owner who's real successful, told me the other day when he was growing up, he was out. He said when he was building his business, now he's making millions, but he was like, or hundreds of thousands, either way. He's good. But he was like, Des, I used to go to the bars and spend $300. And he was like, he'd wake up the next day, hangover, and he was like, that could have went towards my business I'm building. He's like, what am I doing? So he said he had to just make that shift and just put that $300 that he spent out and just go build. He said I had to lock in. And I was like, damn, it's real talk, bro.
Yeah.
It's real talk.
For sure.
For sure.
Yeah, that's good.
It was crazy, man. It was a great convo he was telling me about. Litto, you back kind of circling back at home. I remember we talked a little at Starbucks. You ever been shot at, man?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I have, man. Quite a few times, actually.
Oh, a few times?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I've been lucky never to be hit though,
Never got hit.
Shitty
He was
aim,
dodging
man.
left, right, up, down,
Yeah.
jump.
Yeah.
Damn, but nah, real talk, that's wild. Mind explaining one of those?
Yeah, man. One of the most notable ones, which let me know like I need to not go back to Memphis for a very, very long time, was I say, how old was I? I was around like 24, 25.
Okay.
This is right before me and my ex-wife got married. I was heavy on social media, tracking my day-to-day life, stunting. I got the cruise ship money, you know what I mean? I got dough, I got bread. I'm out here stunting, I'm flexing, and you know, people are tracking me because of the stuff that we used to do when we were growing up. I wasn't even doing any of this stuff anymore.
So they're still holding on to that back
Yeah.
years ago, 8 years ago, whatever. 10 years.
And pretty much I went over to my mom's house, and I'm chilling at my mom's house. That's where I always went when I went to town, because I wasn't even living in Memphis anymore. I had already moved. I was just coming to visit. I was staying for a week. I was on my mom's patio. I was talking to my ex-wife on the phone, man. And a gray car pulls up. They circle around, and they come back, and they stop. The windows go down, and it's pitch black outside. And I remember I seen the smile of the gold tooth. And buddy was like, hey, you so-and-so, so-and-so. And I was like, yeah, what's up? And he was like, I just got something to tell you. And he flashed that smile again, and I never admitted he shot, bow. And that first shot went right past the patio, right past my head. Boom, I could hear it. Pew! Just like that. So I, oh, shit. And then it started dumping.
Damn.
And so I hit the floor. I roll in the bushes. I'm on the phone with my ex-wife. So we're mid-sentence. And I was like, oh, shit. Throw the phone. And she just hearing all this shit happening. I hit the bushes. I'm just laying there like, fuck. What am I going to do?
Damn.
You know, and they're shooting. They go back around, start shooting again. You know what I'm saying? And then
Oh, they
finally
came back
left.
around the block.
Yeah. And finally they left. You know, I just stayed where I was at. I hung up the phone throughout this ordeal. So my ex-wife at the time was just like panicking. You know, she keep calling.
Right.
But I'm trying to get my bearings. My mom at the crib. You know, I got my nieces and nephews at the crib.
Oh, my gosh,
And I didn't have the
man.
heart to tell them what was going on. You know, so I ran in the house. Yo, everything okay? What's going on? Like, what happened? Blah blah blah. Calling cops. I don't know. I was like, only thing I know is they was shooting. I was in the
Sheesh.
back. Didn't have the heart to tell her that I brought this to your home for something that you don't even know I did back when I was a kid.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
And that's just kind of what it was. And at that point, I was like, damn, I don't need to be coming back here all the time. And when I do, I need to move a lot differently.
Absolutely.
And that's how my reclusiveness kind of started, and just being reserved into myself.
For sure.
So I'm like, damn, man, I almost died because I was too busy looking good for the internet, letting everybody know I made it, and I'm back in town, and I'm living good, you know?
Was that a retaliation or something off of jealousy you think they had, or there's some moves you played?
Yeah,
Some cards?
it was some touchy stuff back in the day. Somebody died, somebody else died, and everybody kind of had a hand in
Damn.
and what was kind of going on with that.
Got you.
And that's
Wow.
what it was kind of retaliation for.
Gotcha.
Just the sheer of us not caring about people when they die.
Damn.
You took mine, yours died. Oh well, spit on them, and it doesn't really fly well. People will sit on that for years
Absolutely.
until they find the right moment to find you, and they'll kill you over something like that. And that's all that was. You know, it was get back for get back that we didn't even have nothing to do with.
See there.
You know, we just out talking. You know, trying to be tough.
Man.
People losing their lives, and then we get mad and cost somebody else their life.
Right.
You know,
That's why the reaction ain't worth it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the reaction ain't worth it. I always say that. Even online, don't read comments, don't react, it's not worth it. You know, people joke with the reaction. It's not, it's real stuff. That's a reaction right there. A reaction led to a retaliation. It's sad, man. It's sad. We all gotta do better. And it's like, damn, man. That's why when people like, way less extent of what you just explained, but someone say something to me just in passing, just some kind of hater stuff, God bless them in my head. I don't say nothing to them, just God. Or I do actually. God bless you. Blessings. Keep it pushing.
yeah.
And they get madder. It's like,
You
oh,
want to fight?
dude, okay.
Yeah.
You know, like, come on, man. But it's just not worth the reaction. Dang. Glad you here, man.
Oh yeah, me too.
He said,
Those potholes, man.
Those
potholes that kept me alive,
man,
for sure.
bro, man, that's craziness. Wow, man. It's wild. It's wild how the universe works. You've been through all this, and we meet here today. It's an honor, man.
Right.
It's an honor.
Yeah, I'm happy too.
Absolutely, man.
I'm happy.
Absolutely. You still get some PTSD on things like that? Like walking around here or anything, even to this day?
Yeah, like my girl will tell you, man. I have cat-like reflexes. I
Damn.
never really sleep.
Really?
A pin drop. I'm up. I'm alert. I'm awake. Meanwhile, I'm like, damn, it must feel good. That, like, for instance, I'll tell you a story. We were sleeping a couple weeks ago, and we got this big board on the wall where we, organize our month.
Okay.
Finances and what we need to do throughout the month to get ahead for the next month.
For sure.
It's a big board. She put it up and she used command strips for this heavy ass board. And middle of the night, 4 in the freaking morning.
Oh my God.
Boom, 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 boom. It falls in the room. So I like hop up. I'm out the bed as soon as they hit the floor. Well, I'm up. Like, oh shit.
He said, I'm
What's
ready.
on? Yeah. And here she is.
Was you reaching for something?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Shoot, I don't blame you.
And here she is, like 5 minutes later, what happened? What's going on? I'm like, man, it must be nice. It must be nice. She was like, well, I mean, I was sleeping. I'm like, yeah, but something happened and you didn't even know. Here I am freaking out, and I figured out what it was rather quickly.
Yeah.
And get back in the bed and go to sleep. But
Pull the covers over.
Slightest pin drop. I mean, I'm up. Keep the porch light on. Like, I don't like, a lot of people around here don't got curtains. I don't like that at home. I gotta have curtains, thick curtains.
Yep.
Because I don't want to ever look outside and it's pitch black that we have in Oregon. It's real dark.
It's dark.
I don't want to look outside and can't see what's looking back at me.
For sure.
And she never understood that a lot of the times, like the porch light, she was like, I'm turning off to save some energy. Like, wouldn't people know you was at home or something like that? And I was like, well, where I'm from, if you don't have your porch light on, that is a sign that you aren't home. That is a sign to come take what you have inside your house.
Wow.
So you need to have your motion lights and the bright lights to deter people
For sure.
from coming to breaking your shit. And she's like, wow. And I'm like, yeah. So that's why I do all these things, because I'm not trying to get caught slipping.
Absolutely.
My head's always on a swivel, and she can
Always
live.
on the swivel, yep.
She can live in a butterfly land.
Yeah, kind of
sometimes.
lactic days ago, lactic. Yeah,
Just a lot. I'm like, yo, it's real life shit out here, man.
For sure.
You can't be doing that.
For sure.
And she'll get mad. Like, you can't be putting whatever you got going on off on me. And I'm like, yo, I can too.
Yes, I can.
Hey,
believe it or not, I be the same way, man. I do at times. Like, I get, like, say, I don't know, for example, say you were like, Des, let's go Memphis, Tennessee real quick. I'd be like, I'm watching you. Because I know. I just never been there. I'd be like, bruh, like, you told me all these things now. And I'd be right here like, damn, I'm watching how he move. Around here, I always keep my head on swivel too. I just do. It be like that, man.
Things change in an instant, man.
Man, for real. Trouble can happen anywhere. But I just shoot. I'll be looking. I'll be like, shoot.
Yeah.
My puppy, she's learning right now. Halo. Shout out Halo. But she a guard dog. And so right now she's learning, and she'll hear the littlest things, like a cat outside walking, and she go off. She did it last night, like 3 a.m. So same story as you. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, oh shoot, because in my head, I'm like, damn, she sees someone.
Yeah.
And I'll just look, and she saw a moth fly by or something. And I'm like, bruh, you're kidding me, man.
Yeah, now it's hard to go back to sleep.
For sure, man. That's crazy. Litto, what's one of your favorite songs you made? What's one that pops out that people should tune into when they listen to this podcast?
Man, it's not even released yet.
Oh.
One of my favorite songs is not even released yet, so I can't even speak on it.
Damn.
But one of my favorite songs that I have released would be Paint the Town Red.
Paint the Town Red.
That's my last release, and the reason why is because it's like a transformative process of where I am. It's still trap, but I'm starting to divulge more. For sure. And give the audience more in it. I'm talking more about the struggle and the stories behind it. Okay. Instead of just the straight storytelling.
Absolutely.
Now, I have another one called On Me that I'm working for visuals on and stuff now. That's going to be my favorite. I posted a snippet on Instagram not too long ago. I got really, really positive feedback for the
Good.
storytelling.
Good.
And that's one of my favorite ones because it tells you, it gives you insight more about me.
Absolutely.
I'm talking about beating a case. I'm talking about the road to redemption. I'm
Yes.
talking about how it changed me. All of those things, because that's kind of the side of rap that I'm looking to dabble into, but still keep it trapped too.
For sure.
So, yeah.
For sure. I'm looking forward to the new song.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. Soon.
How soon?
I'm trying to have it drop by the end of November for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So coming soon,
I'm kinda-
real
yeah,
soon.
I'm
Okay.
kind of trying to wait because I need to get these visuals done because I want to drop visuals for it and then drop the song and then keep it pushing.
Man.
So yeah, hopefully by the end of November. If not, definitely next month is dropping for sure.
Gosh, November gonna be hype then, man. It's gonna be hype. I'm excited. Like I said, I was listening to some of your music today, and I was just in anticipation of you being here.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, okay, he got bars real quick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And life as is currently, like this month, you've been good. Everything been cool.
Yeah, everything's been cool, man. I just
chilling.
sick and working.
Yeah. You got sick.
and
How
still
you
gotta
feeling?
work. Man, I'm feeling good now, man. But man, for like the last week, it's just allergies, cold, flu, and it's just it's
man.
daunting, especially
Okay.
still going into work.
Yeah. Election
day.
didn't mess you up
Nah, I tune that out all the way.
for sure.
Yep,
Yeah.
all the way. I don't like politics. I could talk about politics, but
Right. That'd be a whole nother podcast. You know how them be.
I stay away. I put
Yeah.
my 2 cents in, and that's it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah.
You got God in your life. That's you get it. Go on. Tomorrow came, and guess what? We here just
right.
living our lives. No matter who in office, we got to do what we got to do. We got to take care of ourselves. So
Yeah.
I feel you, man. Yeah, I'm just chilling, man. I'm excited. We got so many podcasts coming up, which is great. I'm honored.
Oh, yeah.
People want to come in here. Remember that Christmas party I'm trying to get going
Oh
too.
yeah,
You need to pull
oh,
up,
yeah,
man.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
telling you.
I'm definitely, if I'm around, I'm pulling up.
Yeah.
It's gonna be lit.
It's gonna be like
sure.
it's gonna be dope. Like Friday after next, we just won't have Terry Crews in it.
Nice.
You know how I'm
nice.
like, yeah.
Try to get him on the podcast, man.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
talking about it.
Send the emails
I'm
out.
talking about his character on that movie. His character.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. You a movie head or anything? What you
Yeah,
do?
man.
What you do on your chill time? Like, what do you like to do?
Chill time. I'm reading books.
Oh,
I like
smart
surfing the internet too. I like just searching random stuff and going down the rabbit hole. Like it can start with
Like conspiracy stuff?
Not even conspiracy stuff, just random stuff. Like, say, for instance, the other day, like I woke up and my hands was tight in the morning.
Okay.
So I'm like, shit, let me get on Google real quick. So I get on Google, why are my hands tight? And then it leads to this. I'm like, oh, shit. Let me go to YouTube real quick and look at what they're talking about.
Right.
Then it just goes here. And then I go to Reddit and read the stories about people that woke up with their hands tight. And then
You brave,
like
brother.
all types of shit, man. But if I'm not doing that, going down the rabbit hole, I like researching stuff that I don't know.
sure.
When Google pops up, all that stuff underneath it, relevant things that's happening.
Absolutely.
I like to go down the rabbit hole on that. Love
sure.
movies, love scary movies, love action movies.
Is scary your favorite genre? I think you
Scary
said.
is my favorite genre, but I don't live
Damn.
with people that like scary movies. So I can never watch them because they're so scared even during the day.
What's like
you know who you are.
What's like your favorite type of scary movie? Is it like the slasher? Is it
Yeah, I like super gore, which I probably shouldn't, but I'm numb to it.
Damn.
So like I like super gory, super slasher. It's just like, oh my God. That's what I like.
You seen that movie? What they sweating that just came out? Terrifier?
I haven't seen The Terrifier. I didn't even know that movie existed, and apparently they got 3 of them.
Man.
I'm about to go watch it.
I hear it's crazy.
Yeah, I heard people walking out of movies over it.
For real?
Yeah, and I told my girl that, and I shouldn't have done that,
Man.
because she was like, "Oh, I'm definitely not watching that," because I tricked her into saying, "Okay, y'all watch it."
Right,
I'm
right.
like, "Yeah, just grab some popcorn. You get scared, just hold me or something." Okay, and then I was talking and running my mouth. People walked out and throwing up. What you mean? I'm like, fuck. All right, we can't watch this then, But yeah.
What was a good one we watched? Smile.
Smile.
You seen those?
Yeah.
Man, bro.
Yeah.
You seen both? Mm-hmm. Bro, that was
Yeah.
a good movie.
Yeah, I like those, and I like the realistic horror too. You know what I mean? And I think those Smile movies are kind of like that as well.
Definitely.
It's something that could actually happen.
For
you
sure.
know what I mean?
They're so creative with it. Like I was I think it's one of those rare instances where Smile 2 was better than 1. You know, usually how the sequel goes. So I was going in to that movie la-di-da. I was like, I know what's happening. It's a sequel, it won't be as good. Bruh,
Yeah.
I was holding my popcorn. I said like this. I was like, damn it, man, I'm hurt.
Yeah.
But it was actually a good movie. They were so creative. I love when they take their time with movies. And how they made the entity move to other people and how it spread. I was like, y'all did your thing. I give you respect. I don't watch scary movies, but it's crazy.
Oh man, I wish I could watch more of them for sure.
Dang, you need to meet my boy Jose Chico. He loves them. He's a Michael Myers fan.
Okay.
Die hard, man. Yeah, that's his stuff.
Yeah, we'll definitely get along, man, for sure.
Yeah.
I love it. I can sit and watch it back to back. Like informative relationships, man. They used to love scary movies, so we'll just have like a whole box of scary movies, watching the Saw trilogies and all types of stuff, man. But I respect people that can't watch it. I tell my girl now that all the time. I'm like, I don't make fun of you because you don't watch scary movies because it messes with you. It's supposed to. That lets you know that you're still pure. You know what I mean?
That part.
If you're watching this stuff and it's not messing with you, something's wrong. If it's really bothering you and you having nightmares about it, that's a good thing.
For sure.
For sure.
Man, I be turning on the lights, everything, man. I be hurt. I think there's take home scary and there's jump scary.
Yeah.
And when it's take home scary, I'm turning on the lights. I'm thinking I'm praying harder. I'm like, man, looking
Please
around.
don't let this happen to me.
I got my dog. I'm watching her. I'm like, if you notice something, I'm out, man. It's a wrap.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But see, I'll watch like Alien. I love like sci-fi. That's kind of my thing. I love Aliens, like with Ripley in it and stuff like that. Terminator, that's kind of my thing. Anything with an alien, I'm like, okay, bet this is cool. No, this is it. So
Until you find out they're real or something. Oh God, can't do it.
dude, I don't know, man.
Oh,
It's crazy.
Could
You think if aliens are real, you think they're like Men in Black, where they're here and like people kind of know, or do you think it's going to be like an invasion?
man, I got a skewed vision on that, man.
Do you?
Like I feel like we're the aliens, low key. Right, It sounds weird. It sounds kind of.
Do you believe in them? You think
serious?
there's some aliens out there?
I think there's something more than us.
Okay,
for sure.
Okay.
I wouldn't necessarily think it's aliens, but I think the concept of aliens may have derived from something else.
Oh, what you mean by that?
Like something else somebody might have seen and got the idea. It's kind of just weird to me how somebody could just make up an alien. You know what I mean? You got a crazy imagination, just come up with something without some kind of content to make you make your assumption on that.
Right. I think if there's like something older than us that comes around, like Loch Ness Monster or Godzilla or something, like it's just
stuff.
There's like more to the world that we just haven't seen yet, and people are like, oh, it's an alien. Like, nah, it's like, nah, I've been here longer than you. Y'all just crazy up here.
Yeah.
So it's like that's what I see sometimes. So I don't know. It'd be interesting, man.
Yeah, I don't want to find out for sure. I don't want to.
Man, I don't know, man. I don't know. Man. Besides football, did you play basketball or anything?
Yeah, I played basketball, but never really super serious. That was more of a hobby. I used to go like LA Fitness and hoop a lot.
Yeah. Was you one of those football basketball players? You be knocking people around and stuff.
Yeah. Always the shortest one too. I'm always trying to guard the biggest person. Man. Always trying to post people up. And that was something I love to do, and now I'm trying to work back towards that because I used to play basketball a lot.
For sure.
Then I got sick and just couldn't, But yeah, basketball for sure. I liked everything. I didn't play golf. I baseball, everything. I tried to keep myself occupied.
Bowling?
And my mom tried to. I suck at bowling, so no, I never did bowling. I could get strikes though, like nobody's business, but
for real?
I think it's luck.
Do you?
Yeah, I just yanking them. I get like a 17 or a 16 and just
fly that mug. I
pray. But I got a bad shoulder, so after like 6 frames, I'm done.
Damn, I love me some bowling. That's my thing. That's my little secret getaway. You find me
Oh
at the
yeah,
bowling.
we go
now.
bowling.
All right,
you know
bet,
what I'm
bet.
saying? You're
Yeah,
gonna be
let's
like,
go.
Oh, shit, you want lying about these strikes, but it's gonna be a lot of gutter balls too.
Oh, okay. It's
You
a
know,
little mixture right
I'm
there.
gonna be played with gutter balls. It's gonna be
Dang.
like a first one's gonna be a gutter ball, then I'm gonna get a spare the next one. You're like, bro, what? And the next one I'm gonna
Damn.
get a strike, and I'm gonna get another strike. 3 gutter balls after that.
Sheesh. Have you
know.
been bowling around here? Oh, bro, yeah, I gotta take you. There's like 2 dope places that are hella sick. I gotta take you out over there.
I'll definitely be into it. I'm a shy bowler though. I be hating everybody be around bowling all fancy and shit. And
I'm not
just
too
like,
fancy. I'm like mid fancy.
Yeah.
Like I'm kind of fancy, but kind of just throwing it. It's
Yeah.
a weird mixture. I don't spin it. I'll tell
I've
you
learned
that.
how to spin it a little bit.
Did you? Oh shoot. I
Yeah.
mean, you need it. I just don't know.
Yeah.
My boy Brian can do it. He be just, oh, God.
Yeah. Some of those spins be crazy.
Crazy.
I got a buddy. He can spin that thing all on down the gutter line, and it'll ride that thing.
Oh
and then
yeah,
go
yeah,
straight
right.
in.
Go right through.
I'm
Wow.
like, oh my god,
Striked
dude.
it, huh? It's one of those. It looked like it's gonna go straight gutter, man.
Or
Those
like do
the
some turn around between the legs stuff, strikes. I'm like, God damn. Lord.
Oh yeah, when they start doing that, I'm like, bruh, shut it off. I don't want to play no more.
Yeah. They'll start with that slow ball, and then they'll let it get down there, and that's crazy, bro.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta go bowling, bro. We
yeah.
try to go like once a month. That's
Yeah.
me and the family's kind of thing, and we love it. So
Yeah,
go
yeah,
out
yeah.
there, BS, have fun.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm
Yes.
trash, but you're like, hey, it's
Yeah.
a glimpse of hope. For sure.
It's the experience, man. It's
Oh,
the
yeah.
experience
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure. Well, Litto, we're hitting the 2-hour mark. Is there any last little things you want to talk about? Anything I'm missing on you?
Man, what, the 2-hour mark?
Already at the
That's
2.
crazy. It don't feel like it.
That everyone says that. Everyone. That's the vibe right here,
That's
man.
been 20 minutes. What was it like for you, man? What is it like for you currently? What's your journey? Where are you headed?
Yes, sir. We're headed exactly where we need to be. We're learning as we go. On the journey, it's crazy, kind of like you working at the cruise ship. You find allies on the way, and you have to have an open mind and an open heart to everybody, because you never know who can be that blessing for you to elevate your business.
Yeah.
We built a good stronghold here, and we're getting good people, AKA like you, sharing their journey, their testimonies.
Yeah.
And it's just growing, man. We're getting so much love, and I don't know exactly where it's going, but that's faith, right? Faith is just you're headed smartly towards where you go. And God told me, man, God always told me, he's like, look, bro, you're going to pray, but you also got to be smart, because my other children in the world are here to help each other.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm learning, man.
Yeah.
So for me, we're just going to take everything we get at a time. And it's been good. It's
Okay.
been good. So we're headed towards whatever winning end it is.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good.
Of course, numerically, I want us to continue to grow, get in more of the views and everything, because everyone's messages are so important. You're speaking on things that I've never experienced, and that's why I'm so glad to have you here, man. So that's all. I just want the message to keep going.
yeah.
Just
Oh,
keep
yeah.
pushing, man.
Yeah.
We're all in this together. We all go through life. We've had anxiety, depression, challenges in life. How do we bounce back? What do we do to get better? It's important, man.
Yeah.
It's so important.
Yeah.
So I love it. I relish in this. So yes,
I definitely see the progression
Thank you.
from when I first met you until now. It's definitely crazy.
For sure.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been watching. I watch everything you put out.
Thank you.
And try to support it as much as I can.
It means a lot.
Like all that, and it's a good
Thank you.
thing. It's a good platform to come out. So with that being said,
Yes, sir.
how are you weeding out the people that don't belong? You know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of people coming trying to get here because they thinking it's going to be something else, or they're trying to get here. How are you weeding that out?
That's a good question.
You
I'm a good observer as well. I'm a good observer. I have the ability to talk to people. And so with that being said, with my team as well, we talk, we conversate, we see what people's values are, and we see what people's energy is, right? If your energy is you trying to live this life where it's a little more wild, then you know what? God bless you, mate. But our energy is moving forward. That's all it is. How do we get better than yesterday? And if you want to contribute to that, then come on in and have a good conversation.
Yeah.
Talk
I
about
like
your
that.
problems.
Yeah.
Just don't. And what I love about you, actually, you never punch down on anybody you talked about today.
Oh, yeah,
You talked about what they did wrong, how they crossed you, but you never punch down on them. And that's a beautiful talent you have there, man.
yeah.
Seriously.
Oh yeah, I'm trying. It wasn't always like that.
Oh, I can tell. Oh, yeah. I know you were
For sure.
pissed.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah. It's safer that way, and it's more beneficial for me.
hey,
You know,
and Litto, let me
yeah.
tell you, we've had a couple people where I had to be like, I can't have you on. Trust me, we've had it. We caught it. And I was just like, look, it's just not,
Yeah, yeah,
we're not in a good spot for this right now. So
Yeah.
we're not always going to
feel
get it
that.
right, but we're not.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
you know, that's up to me as the host to be like, look, Des, you got to, in the moment, you got to read the conversation. So
Yeah,
that's where
yeah.
I got to be better. So, yeah.
Yeah. Nah, I can definitely see how. Yeah. I can definitely see that for sure, man.
It's tough though, man. Like I appreciate that question because it's like I want everyone to be them. Don't get me wrong. Talk your stuff. Do what you do, but just remember, don't punch down on people, man. We trying to progress, not regress. That's all I'm asking. So yeah.
Oh, yeah.
man, that's it. Call it good. Have fun. Talk your stuff. So
That's good, man. I've enjoyed it. I haven't really had the opportunity to just sit down and just talk, man. And I love talking. And a lot of people say, "Damn, dude, you don't never shut up." And I'm like, "Cause I need to talk. I love talking." So
No,
it's
it's
been
cool.
fun, man.
No, this is cool. I mean, don't even sweat the 2-hour mark. We just do that to keep track. But
Oh, yeah.
it's cool to just sit here. I mean, the stories you shared, like it's crazy to me because I can look at you and say I didn't grow up like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm so curious. Like, wow, how does this dude get through this, and how did he deal with this every single day? That's wild to me. So thank you for sharing, man.
Thank you for having me here, man.
Absolutely.
Been a pleasure for sure.
Hey, how do people find your music, by the way? You got to put yourself out there.
If you want to find my music, it's very, very simple. XX Litto, XX on all platforms. You type that in, you'll find it. Litto.
That part right there. Got Litto right there, man. And you're going to have to come back on. I know I said the
yeah.
Christmas party, but
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to have to get you on and conversate with some more people because
yeah.
we're starting to try to ramp up our group conversations too.
Oh, that'd be dope. I'm down for it.
Oh, super dope.
Even if I'm just observing, I'm cool with it.
Hey, it's
I
a
love the
vibe,
camaraderie.
man. You always welcome back, man. Real
I
talk.
appreciate
I know
that.
this is our second time talking in life, but you always welcome back.
I
man.
appreciate that for
And
sure.
Call it good. Oh, and we got that Gladiator movie, so you got to slide. through.
Definitely. I'm off on Thursdays. I ain't got no excuse.
Thursdays. Okay, let me
Yep.
see. Let me see
Yep.
what the group. See
If
what
not,
happens.
then we're going to figure it out for sure.
For sure, man.
know.
Well, hey, appreciate you. Blessings,
appreciate
my
you,
guy.
man.
Thank you, man.
Thank
Thank you. World, you know what it is. Another great episode of Garage Talks 5417 podcast. Hug your family, hug your friends, let them know you love them. Continue on. Holidays are approaching, so just stay close. Remember, your presence is a present in people's lives. So go ahead and enjoy. Hope you guys love this conversation with Litto today. He will be back on. And y'all have a blessed night. Bless up, y'all. Yes, sir. Thank
That
you,
was
man.
fun,
Thank
man.
you so
Thank
much,
you.
man.
That
Thank
was
you.
fun.
Good. Good.
Oh, man, that was fun.
You feel like you got a lot off your chest?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, good.
For sure. Hopefully
good.
people understand me a little bit better.
Yeah,
You know?
for sure.
For sure.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Thank you. You don't know how much this means to me.
Hey,
For sure.
it's you opening it up and just bringing your world in. It's honestly like my questions were like serious. Like I was like, damn. You know, it's crazy, man. Getting shot at and stuff.